be a little bit easier when we're not here.
Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Grimstone Chronicles, Season 2, Episode 35. We need to end Season 2 at some point. I am your DM and host of physical human beings.
Wait. The other group got 8 sessions?
Yep.
Or was it 9?
It wasn't that many. We're approaching double. Yeah.
Don't worry, Adam. We're not judging.
Oh,
So I'm your DM and host Marty, joined by the majority of the Ontario crew, physically but safely, socially distanced around a table at Marty's place in Canada. Again, internet's a bit shaky here, so we're going to record this one and post it to YouTube afterwards. I will let you folks know when that upload is done in our Discord. Ahmed is in the Ottawa area right now. How are you doing, Ahmed? Do you feel a little left out?
You're muted, so
That's pretty
that's
much
fine.
Yeah, he's ordering a pizza
We're ordering a pizza.
with lots of sad on it.
Yeah, and anchovies.
Yeah,
Which is also sad.
very sad.
Very sad.
Mark, what's new with you, bud?
Not much.
All right.
Really. I was interrupting.
I just finished ordering pizza.
I know. It's fine. That's fine.
Extra cheese, extra sad.
You know what? I lost my train of thought. Ahmed, you go ahead. You obviously must.
I'm doing fantastico.
Yeah? What's new with you, man?
I ordered pizza. And I'm missing out on a guy's weekend. It's bullshit.
You're not wrong.
But I had pancakes for breakfast and I'm ordering pizza, so I'm a little okay.
Oh. Marty is I am well
Fed?
fed.
Yep.
There was burgers and sausage last night, and then there was sausage and asparagus with prosciutto on it, and bacon and eggs for breakfast. I woke up, it's like bacon smells and things happening. I got a workout in, which was awesome. I got to move a tree. That was fun. I know Marty's like, you don't have to do any work. It's fun. There's a tree. I moved it from one spot to another spot. It made me happy.
Oh, what
What
is this?
he's not saying is
You
it's
don't have
planted.
to
It's
do any
close.
work? What?
Then I come in. We're just gonna breeze past that. It's fine. And I had some leftover burgers, and like that's great. And then pizza showed up. This is amazing.
Mark, I'm saving it for tomorrow when there's a washer and dryer that needs to come into the house. There's a method to the madness, man. Do you want to help me move the washer and dryer? Or do we want to watch Adam show how strong he is?
You can do that. I also have the.
Yeah, I bet you can't lift that,
Oh,
buddy.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
If you guys want
We
it.
may want to borrow that for Monday. Yeah, anyways.
It was
House stuff. Yeah.
The skinny little poplar. It was fun.
Yep. There was pizza here when you got here,
Yes,
Mark.
there
It was all
there
waiting
was,
for
there
you.
was. All right.
Yeah, okay, all right.
I think we some nice people.
Funny. Yeah, Adam, let's. Oh yeah, you already went through your thing, and then just getting settled into the house. Looking forward to it starting to feel like a routine. Every day it's been like setting up furniture or cleaning this or fixing that or doing a thing in between meetings at work, and it's been just a month of busyness. But we're like 95% the way there. My laundry list of tasks is growing shorter by the day, and looking forward to kind of getting into routine, which will include game prep and playing game on a regular basis. So looking forward to that. Might be able to get lots of gaming in the next 2 weeks and or prep because I've got the next 2 weeks off. Yeah, this is my summer holidays, so we're kind of day one of that.
Now, I don't want to distract from, but
Sure.
Mark, can we put that? Is it just me, or have those shrunk?
They shrunk. I was just looking at it. I'm like,
that is a sad ass drumstick.
that's like half the ice cream.
That they used to be.
Is this some sort of like heart?
No, it's some sort of 1984. We've increased the chocolate ration when they actually decreased it.
what the arrow bar comes from?
Yeah,
where it's like bubbles in the chocolate. The bar
I'm
is
just gonna
bigger.
say, Nestle, I feel ripped off. Even though I bought them on sale. I'm not happy.
Well, either you're a giant or it's a tiny ice cream.
I'm not this big. You bought this ice cream cone 2 years ago.
Yep.
I'm not 7 feet tall.
Okay, just from my end, Mark's got to come closer to the mic. You got Adam, Marty. You guys are sounding clearer than
Fine.
Mark.
Yep.
Can you
Yes.
hear me now?
Yes.
Alright,
Yeah, he was talking into his laptop. That's probably what was going on. All right. Why don't we do a recap of what happened last game?
I ate the apple and everything's awesome. The planet is now really
Yeah.
important to me.
So to the druid, the planet wasn't important before?
Well, it's more like the culmination of like all planets are important.
Okay, got it.
Now it's like, oh, there's a bunch of toxic waste. Where does it go? Your planet.
Martheron's horde, not in my backyard. All right. The party returns to Overlook while Sunny visits Witchcross to convene with the druids of Eth. In Witchcross, Cog, Sunny, Barnabas, and Agony meet with Cog's venerable brother named Martheron. Martheron claims to have met Sunny, or a nameless wizard who looks like Sunny, long ago, who convinced Martheron to become a lifelong collector. Searching the hoard, Cog finds a strange magical dagger. Barnabas finds ancient woodcuts that show elven historical events. Agony finds an elven Ioun stone, and Sunny finds a single drop from the source of life. Sunny later visits the Goodman orchard to water the spot from which he sprung from the ground, with surprising results. As the party gathers and strikes out towards the castle in the swamp, or just simply they gather and strike out towards the castle in the swamp, and they find a druid-friendly cabin in the swamp, which is where we ended last game.
Sunny appears like the cat who got the canary because he has successfully gone to the correct location without anybody knowing that this was on the correct location to be going.
Do we want a little bit more of a keen-looking Sunny token at this
We
point?
certainly can.
Okay, how does this token work?
Oh,
that's better.
Does he look a little more like with it?
Yeah, he does. Like the old Sunny's kind of got the look like he's not sure if he's gonna fart or shit his pants.
Yeah.
I would actually say more like, did I fart or did I?
Did I fart? Yes.
What exactly was that one?
I like the new one. Yeah.
All right, so there's Mythic Sunny.
A bit more complete. shall we say.
Competency.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mythic Sunny, here we go.
Where did you
On map tools.
cabin?
Yep.
Yes, that looks good indeed. Yes, good call, son.
So,
All of you, given that you are friends of Sunny, would acquaintance, friend, or like
Stuck in the same group.
fanatic? If you were an NPC, I guess they're not starting reactions because there's already a relationship formed, right?
it starts with whenever you encounter.
Got it.
So, and I would probably just have a general rule of like, PC's not affected.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Let me just look at diplomacy.
If a PC dies and they bring in a new character, with the appropriate alignment though, the roleplay
Should
reflect.
that first
Yeah.
faction wouldn't be like they wouldn't be already like helpful. They would be frankly or neutral because you're not immediately going. Oh. That is. I know I'm here to be your cohort, but him. Have you seen him?
So if you were NPCs and you were companions of his and you were all considered helpful to Sunny, you would meet him next time. If there wasn't any degradation to that helpfulness, you would all be fanatics of Sunny the next time you met.
Barnabas will have to keep his followers away. I'm sure there's some neutral ones in there.
Well, and they don't just be neutral. If they're neutral in their alignment, lawful neutral, lawful good.
I don't think there's
Sorry, not
anyone in the
all.
party that does not notice how spry and with it that Sunny is in a good way. It's like Sunny awakened with the eating of the
crack.
apple. Agony is neutral, formerly lawful neutral, and now being pulled into evil.
That's all right.
Slake is chaotic neutral. Amadeus is lawful evil, so he doesn't see Sunny in any new light. You notice that he's changed a little bit, but it's not like in an admiration sort of way. Cog is neutral.
Lawful neutral.
Okay, so Thogrim is
Neutral good. It's just neutral, I think.
Barnabas is neutral evil, so he even sees it. Brennos is chaotic neutral.
Yep.
And Widget is
Neutral.
So with the
We got a lot of wishy-washy guys.
We got morally flexible dudes.
with the exception of Amadeus, who was turned lawful evil by a magical item, the party all, in their own sort of way, you find, Sonny, that a lot of them are staring at you that night like they're all kind of fascinated with whatever happened. You catch them whispering every once in a while, and everyone's attentive when you're about to say something. Perhaps it's the power of this place.
It is a very lovely druid's domain. Yes. Also, magic is good. Even for those who are bad. According to Slake.
Even Slake's muttering seems to be much less.
Yeah, magic is good. Yeah, you're right. Profound statement,
It is hard to argue with that statement. Yeah. Aye, magic be good. Ogrum, do you like magic?
Absolutely.
Amadeus, do you like magic? You want to talk about how magic is good over here?
So you confused and pissed. I don't want to talk about that. No.
You look younger.
I feel somewhat clearer in my thoughts.
You look. You just look in your eyes a bit more. I don't want to say with it because that would imply that. Yeah, we'll go with it.
With it.
Didn't know him too long before, but looks like he woke up. I am remembering much more than I did before. I think I could produce very many spells. Just a good science, good purpose.
Oh, he was always pretty good with that. You know, even more so now.
More. There must be more.
Right now, you and more magic the better. I hate to say.
It is also somewhat distracting, but encouraging that I think, I could be wrong, that Volcanica is itchy.
You might want to elaborate on that there, one.
I'm assuming itchy is a metaphor for something and not an actual something that requires scratching.
Well, if it's itchy because of illness, then it doesn't need scratching, it needs soup in the spell. If it's itchy because it has lice, well, those soups and spells only go so far before you need to go scratch.
You need to remove the lice, is what I suggest. What are you getting at?
We just need to figure out who and convince them not to be lice anymore.
Right, so you're going to do that.
Dragonborn
Right.
don't get lice. I imagine dragons don't either.
Elves usually don't get lice.
Scale
And in my
scarabs,
situation, I'm never going to get lice.
Scale scarabs or some sort of fungus thing. Do monitor the dragon rot scale.
The wasting, yeah.
The wasting. Is it contagious? Or,
No.
is it a thing we should be protecting for? Like the agony, like
Agony's paying attention.
I'll make a check, I go.
Sure.
Oh, I'll do that. Yeah. Check.
Actually, that's quite interesting. Is it a condition that a dragon puts itself in that makes it susceptible, or is it
Yeah, what
something
happens
that they
is
catch?
It happens to chromatic to try to emulate the metallic's ability to polymorph. I will finish my statement after I make my check. Oh well, that's significantly higher than what I thought it was. And I'll get help from Polly because she's just always nattering in my ear. 60. I won't even.
This is a knowledge nature.
This is a knowledge arcana.
Um,
Because it is a dragon.
yeah, this is more an academic thing because they're not supposed to be many dragons, or at least there was a massive dip in draconic populations about 1,000 years ago, give or take a few hundred years. Yeah, you conjecture that it's by changing their form that allows that makes them susceptible to the disease. And then because there are a billion, give or take a few million kobolds on the planet, and kobolds are thought to be distant relations of dragons, and then there are dragonborn, and then there's all sorts of half dragon and dragon blood. Yeah, it's communicable amongst not only dragons but also reptilian humanoids.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, in theory, yeah, you could get it.
As to which came first, did the reptiles have it? Did the dragons have it? It affects true dragons worse than it does reptile people. Which means that Agony, now that he's undergone his complete transformation, he's
susceptible.
a dragon, and particularly a chromatic dragon. Yeah, he doesn't want that.
Might want to watch that treasure.
There may be some strains of it that are more of a curse disease, because you'd have to try to explain why this powerful green dragon you battled chose to become or was forced to, you're not sure, to become a construct instead of just getting a healing spell. It could have been that the wasting was too far gone and there was all sorts of, it was actually missing bits and,
But that may not just have been the deal. It's like,
Yeah.
you can have this, or you can have
I know a spell that we can use to inspect treasures and those sorts of things to ensure that they're not diseased.
nuts.
It would help us prevent having issues.
I thought wiping them would just make sure.
Right, but if it has a scale or wasting, we just do the wiping. He doesn't have any scales. No, I don't have scales, but I'd rather not. You're immune to the disease.
When you were waving
Here's a
your hand,
question.
did you touch Widget?
Did not touch Widget.
Okay.
They don't, as I was described before, they don't like each other, and there's this, they look, they had animals.
Okay, there's something in your back of your mind, Sonny, that you're like, does he have scale? and now you're not certain whether or not Widget has scales. And you don't know why you're having fun.
Maybe. Grumpy, furry brow. Maybe you shouldn't touch the evil until it's been checked. We'll get someone to clean it.
Here's a question: can humanoids carry?
Like regular humans?
Yeah.
I think he means
With your 60, no. You'd have
non-infected.
But if you were a dragon-blooded sorcerer, then you could get it. Anyone with dragon's blood.
Okay. Good to know.
They'll be good against the Chromal. All right, so we're going to prepare some diagnosed disease into one of our slots.
Brennos, as comfortable as everyone is and awed about Sonny's transformation from eating an apple, that's some fruit.
Eat your veggies.
You can't help be. You are very, very anxious. Don't know why you're anxious, but it's the type of anxiety that you'd have before a big, uncertain fight.
Mm-hmm. When we're done with the slack jaw, it'd be a good time to sharpen your blades. We're in a dangerous spot. We've got something to worry about. We're in a very wonderfully protected tree. Should be. And it looks to Widget.
It's a large tree house.
Thugrim's testing the ground looking for the strongest spot that can support a cannon.
I would.
Yes, this one's solid. Yes, right.
I would rather you not fire the cannon here if at all possible.
Don't worry, I never miss.
It's not.
Trust me on that.
We should be fine in the protection.
How heavy is your cannon?
Cannon's
It's large though.
6,000 or 10,000 pounds or kilograms. Let me check. Yeah, there's a difference. Hold on.
Yes.
There's a
Yeah,
difference
D&D,
between kilograms and
we,
pounds.
we talk about things in pounds. So
I think it's 10,000. See or 10 or 6. Give me a
what
minute.
is it? Star Wars? Meters and
1 meter
kilograms?
step?
I got it.
I do my 1 meter step.
Yep.
Huh?
You need a mythic floating disc for that thing.
That's cool.
Oh, there
That's
is
cool.
one.
Yep.
Yes, then that would work for him because I wouldn't have to move the bloody thing. He would just follow me around. Consumable? No.
All right. Are all the party members sleeping inside? What is everyone doing that evening?
Ramenos is just gonna get some rest, read a book, eat guts.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm just going to say these group of spellcasters are likely sleeping.
I think Brennos is going to sleep lightly this night. He's preparing for war. If we get to the point of re-preparing spells, we're going to be pushing on feet, travel and war.
Should we worry about those lizard tracks that we saw leading into this place? I'll be outside.
If he's friendly, don't hurt him.
Yeah, you can hear every once in a while Slake walking along the walkway, creaking the boards, just slowly patrolling. Cog, are you
Carl's going to join him.
Okay.
No, Carl's going to join him. It is 4,000 to 6,000 pounds. I would say 6,000 pounds.
Yep.
Well, this place is different.
Yes. Fucking mucky.
Wonder how deep it is.
I wouldn't want to get stuck down there.
Well, wouldn't drown. We'd eventually walk our way up.
It's fucking safe enough, I guess. Fucking magic. If Sonny wasn't so interested in it, I'd fucking cut it down.
Collapse.
Go to sleep.
Well, it is important to them. Endurance. Yeah, I'll respect it. I have no issue against it. And I'm going to go pick up a pizza.
Swamp druids, huh? What'll they think of next?
Pizza.
The cog goes in to fiddle with potions or something like that. Brennos, what weapon do you go to sleep with in your hands?
Everybody's talking about dragons all the time, scales and rock. The person who consoles me once in a while is the platinum sword, so we're gonna basically depend on that for tomorrow.
Okay, you find sort of a high back chair. You lean it against the wall. You're kind of resting against the pommel and crossguard of the live platinum blade.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you get a rest like you would
into rusted stuff. So
Yep, like you would in a siege, while everyone else is there. 4 people splayed in the big comfy bed that's magical, and other people bedrolls on the floor, and even Mistress seems to be on her side, and sort of sleeping close to Sunny. There's a flash, and it's like you're a child, and there's a bunch of big boots and people wandering around a gigantic hall, like a mead hall.
Are they dwarvish boots?
Many of them are. It's your time. You're fucking wee.
Shit again.
Like boots that are thundering like mountains almost, and shuddering the boards. And there's some talk, and there's some sort of. You'd expect this place to be merry, but it's. It is a place of light, order, and judgment. You see
I don't remember this place, right? This isn't.
No. You actually see the blade off to the corner of your eye. The blade that you're wielding is just kind of amongst a bunch of packs and rucksacks and furs and things discarded off to the side of the hall.
Let's go climb the pile of rucksacks and packs.
Okay, so you go over towards the pile of rucksacks and packs, and you turn around and you realize that the pommel of the blade is exposed amongst the rucksacks and sacks, and it's pointed at the table, and you realize that this is the view that you're seeing from the blade. You can wander around a little bit, but you can't seem to see beyond what the angle of the blade can see, and you can see just the silhouettes of great bearded figures that you realize are the patriarchs and matriarchs of your family.
I will attempt to cry out for attention.
Okay.
Just I'm over here. This way. Just trying to I wish we had like, over here, little, but trying to get them to turn or see a symbol.
You see one bearded dwarf turns another and remarks, "It's a fine blade, isn't it? Yes, the worm does good craft."
Who's the worm?
There's some chatter. Oh, fuck. Hopefully they're not talking WORM. You can see in the shadows of the table somebody like slithering along the ground like their legs don't work. And looks over at the blade and gives this wide-eyed grin. It's your uncle. And he kind of disappears into the shadows underneath the table.
I will try to get the blade from the pile.
Okay, well, the blade is just a sword. You can hear thunder, and quiet. You hear a patriarch voice. "We have a visitor." And there's grumbling amongst the table that the visitor, it's almost like not again. "We will show the Aesir respect for the sacrifices he has given." "He has not given sacrifices to the dwarves." "No, he has sacrificed for all sentient creatures, dwarves and others." "May we remind you, you are in your father's hall. This is his command." And you notice that the talking dies down. The person that was addressing the family of dwarves around the table was not one of the family members. It was more like a page or a spokesperson, someone that serves the patriarch that would announce the names of those who enter.
Drinka, I saw you. You can't hide from me.
When you call it to Darinka, while you see him there, it's almost like he answers from a different spot.
"Oh, lucky. No one would expect someone who sits upon the clouds, shining and gleaming, an example of law and good, to spy upon this council."
People would expect someone like you to be spying on it.
As long as I don't tie their shoelaces together, as long as I don't bump into them until they get drunk enough. No footsies. Last time I made them play footsies, oh, they almost came to blows.
Who's the Azir? Who's the worm?
Watch. The sword has a very good view of this heavenly hall.
The door swings open, and there's a blast of cold that buffets all of the flames. And there are these heavy boots as a burly, furry wearing warrior with eyes that have been plucked from his head, and to stare into them is to threaten to almost be completely absorbed by the empty orbs. The man holds a hammer in one hand, or at least is grasping the pommel of the hammer that is at his belt, and his other arm has been cleft at the wrist, the wound still bleeding upon the floor despite the bandages that are there.
Knowledge religion.
Sure.
This guy looks like Ilmater. Looks like what Ilmater looks like in my mind when it's like bomb-ass, metal-ass awesome. Who is this? Knowledge.
Sounds kind of like Tyr to me.
13th tier? Is it tier?
It's
Tier's one with
tier.
the head cough? Okay. I don't have. I need to go to the thing. Sorry, I don't have.
I thought you were going to say, I don't have knowledge religion.
What? No. I need to get the. I don't have Twitch running.
Oh, what is it? 1d24.
Roll an actual dice. You're there.
No.
The audio is not
The-
great.
the- for your sake, no, and for my sake, when I'm at the other end of the thing. Yeah, it's plus 15.
Do that to you guys. Fireball!
Oh my god!
A great white beard and mane makes it look like he had a dwarven style, but the style might be that of men copying the style of dwarves, at least from your limited experience.
Oh. $34 was the number.
34. This is Tyr,
Here. Oh, Adam failed his knowledge D&D check.
and this is what Tyr looks like.
Yep.
Justice is blind and can't clap.
Doesn't clap for you.
As always, you are welcome in Moradin's hall. Even-handed.
Drake is laughing from under the table.
This can't be my clan. This is the whole of goods.
Yeah. The shame.
Have you reconsidered? His voice is even, stern, and for a moment, almost like reconciliatory.
There will be no great crusade to the place that you have spoken of. We suggest to the great Grimjaws that he do not go there.
Please, Grimjaws, you can do much more for the sentient of the plains to stay amongst your kind. There is no need for you to throw your life away.
Grimjars. Are those like dwarvish kings or dwarvish leaders?
No, Grimjaws, they're just using epithets for Tyr.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Your wounds, says one of the lesser men at the table.
My wounds I have suffered and sacrificed, not only for mortals, but for all the sentients of the plains. If you will not follow me, the shining heroes of the dwarves, if you do not have bravery in your hearts to defeat that which we have not defeated, then as I have stood as an example, I shall go and prove to the gods that they can be defeated.
And there's a bunch of like arguing now. You can hear like preposterous. You don't know what you'll do. They'll eat your essence.
Is Tyr still worshipped?
You're 30. You know, Tyr is a god that is worshipped on many worlds, and that Aesir is part of the Asgardian. It's like one family of the Asgardian gods, and that he became a very popular god on some other powerful world where there were dwarves and lots of other people.
Mm.
You will have to go to the pit. Not to the actual pit. You will have to go into realms where gods have disappeared and become daemons.
These creatures do not fight. I have then not come here to convince you, for my words have failed, but my actions I do declare. Then go. Go with the grace of the Morndinsammon. As much as we think that this is foolish, we should join him. Our axes should be at his side.
Was that Hanzitha climbing?
Yeah. It was Clangadin with
He's
him.
asking Thorika.
There are many axes. There are many of those who... There isn't always complete unity in the family.
The best route for you to take would be through the abyssal layer that is owned by the ever-hungry frog god. My spies say that there is something transpiring there.
Is it a dwarvish voice?
Yep.
Martha Moore?
They say that he has grown a conscience. It's kind of a bunch of...
Yeah, he's like...
Some people don't believe Ramenos. Ramenos is a defunct god of the Bactrakian people. Fish people and frogs. Ah. We got a pot for them if we ever catch them. Were there any other gods who go with you? Your Aesir, Vanya, or the Tyrillian pantheon? No. My words have failed. But my deeds shall not.
Did he succeed?
You now hear 7 bells tolling in the 7 heavens as Tyr, the god of justice, the even-handed, the Grimjaws, the main god, the blind, the lord of justice, a god of war to the Aesir and a god of justice to the Tyrillians, left the 7 heavens to plunge into the unknown depths of the plains.
Thorika, did he get out of that?
And then you feel the shame. The fear. And it's not the fear that quakes and makes men turn in battle. It's the fear from the blade itself. The shame of not going with him. Was because of the fear of not being there against your enemy.
Did he make it out? Did he make it out?
There's just this laughing in your like you actually wake up from this vision of a place that you should not have seen.
Did he make it out?
And there's laughing that you can hear in the druid room, like in the hall. Everyone's waking up because Brennos.
You need a rope.
Madly swinging a sword around. Door slams open. His slate comes in. Like, what's all this fucking noise?
Don't worry. There's Master Brennos just had a bit of a nightmare. It's okay, it's not really...
Fancy pants.
What is it, Brennos?
Where is Tyr?
It comes right out of your eyes, you fool.
You're referring to...
No eyes, missing hand, big weapon, Tyr.
Well, as in what worlds is he worshipped on?
Where is he? He went in, did he make it out?
Of what? The washroom? I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
place where demons are created and corrupted from true gold.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Where is he?
That's Knowledge Plains.
It would be knowledge planes or knowledge religion, but I think the
take it.
religion would be much more difficult because it's not a...
Knowledge Plains is like my specialty.
Yep.
Speciality. Are you sure it's not geography?
Thogrim will give you an aid.
Okay, so an aid from Thogrim?
Yeah, one.
There appears to be commotion in here.
Planes, yes, you get one from him. Let's see. Coggles. Yep, both. We have +4 for my guys.
5, 70, 70.
17.
Decent. I mean,
I'll tell you this. Tell you the name of the person you've been to see.
So every once in a while, the goodly creatures of the plains get upset with demons and go on a fool's errand crusade to go and beat up demons. They're usually turned back. This is a case of an actual deity getting frustrated with demons and lifting up all of his roots and like leaving on a crusade.
he left.
He left the seven heavens
Okay.
and
He
is
went,
believed to be on a crusade against demons.
so he's in the abyss.
Yes. The part about this is that this is a story that, I don't know, could be hundreds of years old. Like he's still on crusade.
Yeah.
How long do gods crusade? You don't know, but you haven't heard about what he did.
Yeah.
He did go beat up some powerful demons, and he's trying to find the bottom of the abyss.
That sounds infinitely impossible.
His story puts to shame goodly people that turned their back on fighting great hordes of evil. Like people will know it's too difficult.
Okay. People who would say that's infinitely impossible, infinitely hard.
Yeah, he went on some...
Look, there's another level.
Legend.
Look, there's another level.
Crusade against demon cards in the abyss. Why do you ask?
Did he make it out?
Not to my knowledge.
There is a story that you're thinking about with your 70. He went to a realm where there was a very hungry god, and his way to get beyond that realm was to actually be eaten by the giant, endlessly hungry frog god of immense size. And he willingly was eaten in order to progress in his quest.
Now, one story would have us he encountered Ramenos.
Frog and fish guy.
A little big brain on Brennos, yeah. Frog and fish guy.
Brennos doesn't have a big brain.
You tell him that.
Don't feel the edge.
Yeah, and to get past this particularly hungry god, he allowed himself to be eaten.
He allowed himself to be eaten to get past. That's where we sent him.
He was not sent, he just went. Looking for the bottom of the abyss, which is... it is the infinite those abyss, so over there.
It was long enough that there have been powerful angels and adventurers that have sought out the way that Tyr went. The belief is that when a lawful good god crusades through the abyss, he probably leaves behind evidence.
Yeah.
A detect law might even just
Yeah.
like, oh, it's not as chaotic here.
So now you're thinking, like, how long for that information to trickle to Volcanica, and then the knowledge that I have, you're like, this could be 1,000-year-old story.
Yeah.
It could be 100-year-old story.
It's impossible to say how long ago this was. I mean, for all we know, it's just waiting to be digested and shat out to continue his fucking journey.
What's on your mind, Brennos? What are you thinking?
The feeling of anticipation has not gone, and it's coming from the sword.
There's something connected. There's wrongs to be evaded.
Well, welcome to the world where, yeah, everywhere you go.
Yes, everything we're doing now is to do that specifically.
They didn't.
Barnabas snickers for a bit.
Except for the treasure, but, you know.
They didn't help. They could have helped, but they didn't help. None of them. They all said no.
Because it's a silly idea. You don't run out of demons. Do you understand?
You'll know. You need to knock them out of courage.
No, you don't understand. In the end, the abyss wins.
If you do nothing, the abyss wins.
Right, so may as well enjoy your time.
Or you could go out kicking and screaming.
Well, if that's what you want to do, fine, but that's not the way I'm going to go.
Better than drunk, fat, and happy.
You and I have very different definitions of drunk, fat, and happy, apparently.
All right, quit casting magic on each other. Get some fucking sleep. Like, slams the door and goes back to patrolling. Spellbreakers.
Barnabas yells out the window, I don't pay for spells! Oh, wait, a few of them I didn't get.
Here's a couple.
I asked politely, there's a difference.
Okay.
Do you want to chat some more? All you have to do is call on my name in the morning.
You could subtract. What did he do? He appeared when you said his name, so 4 points of chaotic evil have been spent on your chaos or evil.
All right. Go ahead. You have a chaos problem, so we 4 points of chaos.
Got it.
We might.
And the vision did not come from the gods. But the dwarven gods at the table. It came from, the sword.
Yeah, the sword regressed. Whose sword was it? I don't know which sword it was. Ooh. Maybe a yelly guy.
Do what?
Might be able to figure out whose sword it was.
Oh, yeah.
Were you really there, or is it just my imagination that you're fucking with me?
Okay, he's not talking to you anymore.
That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. But Brennos walks over to a cabinet and grabs some meat or whatever.
Yep.
We're gonna kill demons. Sits down.
Was that the Barnabas or?
That was the Barnabas. It's on the way by.
No.
If we find them, we're killing them.
If we're attacked by demons, yeah, by all means, slaughter away.
The weird jug he grabbed from some random cabinet in the in the druid hut.
Aloe vera
No. It is alcoholic. You know, it's like a herb liquor that's usually used in medicine, but yeah, it'll get you drunk.
I should drink it, clean the pot, whatever.
You're like, oh, that's not me.
Oh,
It's like
he's going to be squeaky clean and quite sweet smelling. but-
minty, earthy, and sort of like a licorice.
We'll do the job.
Yep.
All right. He will try one after drinking a bit. He will try one crack at asking the sword directly. Not
Okay.
really expecting anything to happen.
What are you doing with the sword?
Where am I supposed to go? Who am I supposed to kill? Who am I supposed to save? Fuck you want.
There's just this anxious feeling coming off the sword. You know you're getting closer to something where you need to be on edge. You need to be ready.
Yeah.
Now, is it just you, or is the party? Or...
Be my orbit. His assumption is it's like the orbit. So there's let's see. There it is.
Okay, so Brennos, you get a kind of a crappy sleep, but you get a little bit of sleep. Your party members are kicking awake in the morning as they're eating breakfast. Kind of get like a tray of road rations and some stuff that you purify against the at-will purification table that's in the cabin. Like there's all this like rotten fruit and like dried stuff that you just go and touch to the cabin and or touch to the table, and it purifies nicely. You eat a strange tasting meal. I need a perception check from Cog and Slate.
Okay. 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 Cog.
Do it at a -4 because you basically were chatting and probably not like.
There comes a point where the attention is.
35?
Nice. Apparently, I need to go into Twitch as well.
Yeah, and there's those go. They go.
Oh. 55.
55.
No, 35. 35.
Okay, that's confusing.
Yeah, I was trying to be funny, but it wasn't good.
No, because we can hit 50s with some of the characters.
Yeah, I know.
You sound like you're making a goof, but it seems very plausible.
At this, yeah, no, not for Cog.
Okay.
Not for
Oh, so I got 30. You notice that along the embankment where you guys had grabbed the the flat bottom canoe-like boat on the shore away from the cabin itself, you see a fresh set of tracks. It looks like something has marched up to the edge of the swamp, looked at where the boat maybe would have been, and then marched back into the woods. Or the swampy cypress trees. And
I'm so pissed at us. Oh my God.
Do you see that? Right there.
yeah,
Where we took the raft.
yeah, the mud's all disturbed.
Yeah. I'll let the others know.
The armor-wearing lizard man or whatever.
Yeah. I'll just give them a heads up.
Could be him, or could be something else. I don't know. We'll have to go look. You're a little far away to identify the tracks, but you just see that there's a fresh set of tracks in the mud.
Yeah. I'm just going to let the others inside know and maybe announce that we don't want to fight, because I don't think we do. Go inside.
Hey, are we going that way? You think Sunny was bringing you this way, but you're not sure. Sunny kind of beelined you guys to the cabin in the swamp and set up the castle in the swamp, and you're not sure what direction you're supposed to go to from here.
Actually, I'm not sure, Slake. I'll let you know first.
There's a creek. We could actually take the boat down that way. It goes that way.
No, we'll let Sunny give us the direction. He's the one that kind of knows where we are. Clank, clank. Wake up, everyone. Oh, you're already having breakfast. There's where we took the raft, there's some new tracks. Something was back there trying to get its raft. I assume the resident of this cabin. So when you're all ready, I assume something's outside, maybe watching. Just a heads up. Slake and I will wait.
What is outside? What?
We didn't check.
There's some guy.
I assume the resident of this cabin. They came to the spot where the raft was.
Fine, we'll drown him in the morning. Yeah.
This is the morning.
Pulls his blanket up over him, going back to sleep.
It is the morning.
It's not the morning yet. Some people can't shut up.
Ah.
All right, so you get a late start to the day. Brennos is slow to wake, and Amadeus being
Amadeus.
Grumpadeus.
So Brennos, when he finally does awake, we're actually going to... One of the people who he thought was in his dream who spoke well of this was Martha Moore. We think it was Martha Moore giving directions. So we're going to pray to Martha Moore this day. That's one of the people we think might have been the guy giving the directions about the spy. The watchful eye, the watcher over wanderers.
Martha Marduin?
Yes.
Yep, he's a finder of trails. Wanderers, patron of the dwarves who had left clanholds to explore worlds.
So he might have been the guy who would tell you how to get to Frogman. Probably. Also, he's got the good domain and the travel domain. And it sounds like we're going to fight some evil and we're going to move to get there. So...
Good choice.
We're going to stay away from the chaos for a little bit because it's kind of in our vein. Later, we'll have to consult Rebecca.
Okay, immediately 2 points are spent on good.
Okay.
And you have the inspiration that the prayer remove disease would be good to prepare today if you can.
Oh, you can only,
Yeah.
Maybe let's.
Yeah. Well, I think we're walking into a plague of some sort.
it is a fucking swamp.
There'll be diseases.
It's not the dragon plague, is it? Agony looks worried.
Hey, probably not the dragon plague. We don't know you're playing.
It could be a dragon. I mean, it's a dragon, so we're going after it. It could very well be covered in dragon.
Why would you say that?
So you don't take it.
Agony grimaces and then goes back to preparing for the day.
That's so not wrong, but it's like...
You didn't learn teleport yet, did you?
You are not funny.
It's a little funny.
I have friends with teleport.
Around a widget.
Oh, I also have teleport. I like magic.
Magic.
I didn't prepare one though.
Eamon also twisted his face at Agony's comment. He did not like that comment.
Alright,
Prospect of being left behind.
Barnabas is, well, I mean, he wouldn't like being left in a swamp, but he's pretty sure he could survive in a swamp.
Yeah. It's full of little critters. And...
Well, he's got survival ranks, or his linguistics is survival. So
right, because he's read books on how to...
This tree has bugs you can eat.
this tree.
This is gross, but I've got alcohol.
Tequila. You know the worm? Just drop it in like a shot. Tequila like that.
Protein.
I will prepare a few extra diseases. 5, I think, is probably sufficient for a given day. Look at the Brennos. Need more than 0. Somebody's getting sick this day. Somebody's getting sick this day.
I don't like my odds. I don't get sick. Don't let me.
I don't get sick very frequently.
Here's a question for you. How far away are we from this castle? How far do we have to go? Will we get there today is the question.
The geographer knows. The geographers know that you're a couple days away.
A couple days?
Yeah.
Right.
1 day, maybe 2. 3 if we go on a happy accident.
Let's have enough no happy accident, shall we? Let's get it done.
Did you not enjoy the chateau de tree in the swamp?
The Chateau de Fetid Rod Extens is lovely, but I'm ready to just collect this treasure and get on with it. So it's most like he's been waiting for vengeance for how long?
So he's like, no, I don't want to say that. And no, I don't want to say that.
Okay. You guys gather your way up. Sunny does think that these parts of the swamp are crisscrossed with actual waterways, and that having a boat might be handy. However, the boat is only so big and can fit comfortably 6 medium-sized people.
Well, we could just tell Slake it's a magic boat.
Slake's been with your awesome survival that the party has. He's actually kind of made these weird, like, snowshoes almost, because he otherwise would start to sink in some of the softer places of the swamp. He's definitely a person you should put in the boat.
Barnabas actually lets Brennos take the lead on survival stuff.
Okay. Agony can fly now.
So Sunny can will shrink Mistra, I think.
Okay.
I do have a fabricate available. I can just make another one of these, you know.
Another boat?
Don't tell Slake that.
No, we just have to tell him. I'll tell him I found it.
Slake's already putting stuff into the one boat, and you could tell he's counting people.
And
Yeah.
well, I think we're okay with this, and then we got here. How many people short are we for the boat? We need 1 overland flighter.
I think
You need 4 flyers.
Okay, so
Do you want another boat?
We
Yes or
can
no?
overland flight if we want.
Yeah, Agony can fly.
And then Sunny could spend the day as a bat.
Thorgrim,
But
I also have overland flight.
Yeah.
So Sunny is going to be in the boat. These two guys will overland flight. There we go. Called.
We need 2 more people to fly.
Okay,
if you're gonna do
Thorgrim will
one
go
boat.
into overland flight.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
All right. And then Sunny could overland flight if he wants.
We could also. We have the tether.
Oh yeah. Brennos is going to strap himself to Thogrim. Yeah, mule.
Thorgrim does not mind having you attached to him.
I'm
It's
assuming
like,
you would.
yeah, if anything comes to try to bunk me,
So we're flying around with Brennos dangling off of him. All right, so
flies him into a crowd.
Agony's wings don't quite let him fly very close to the surface, unless he's going right above the water. But most of the time, he'll spend flying kind of high up above the swamp.
Fly up there.
Yep. Moving at 60, he can fly ahead, and he's sort of acting like the scout, I guess, as the rest of you pile into the boat. Slake not being one of the strongest guys there in the boat. I don't know what's Amadeus' strength.
+9.
Slake's 34 strength.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the boat can be operated with. It's got one of those almost like rudders you go back and forth on to kind of propel. Boat's a little shaky with that, and there's a couple of poles in the boat and a single paddle, and the paddle's probably for different situations.
Helping steer. Guy.
Helping steer,
Poke
yeah.
around stakes.
Thorgrim is going to make another boat and leave it like near the bushes somewhere because he's taking someone's boat and he's going to leave a replacement.
Okay.
So that's coming off his fabricate.
Craft boat making is probably a skill. I would also accept craft carpentry.
Okay, he's got, let's see.
You could
firearm,
sculpt
weapon,
the
armor.
boat, so craft sculpting would also be a boat. You could
Okay.
take a block of wood and sculpt
Yeah,
it
he'll
down.
do that.
If the keel will be very key.
Yep.
31.
Okay. It's a serviceable and brand new boat that you made out of what material?
Let's see. Whatever, I'll find the same material that the boat's made out of and same type of wood.
Okay, so you kind of
Grab a
wander
tree.
around. You find a nearby tree that looks like it's like lost a lot of its branches, and it's just simply a
Yeah,
trunk
like a
that is
dead tree
rotting in the
almost.
swamp. Yep. You make a boat out of perfectly serviceable, but without magic, wouldn't have made anything. It was a partially rotten darkwood tree that you made your boat out of.
Right on.
And because you morphed the atoms of the tree, and made a 31 check, your boat's fine.
Leave a note. Sorry for the old boat. Here's a new one.
Okay, and you just leave it next to the cabin.
Yep.
Okay.
Next to the cabin or next?
Not. We're like a little bit. I assume I'm not that close to the cabin.
Yep.
But
Brennos
he'll
is the
find
one
it.
who's
He'll
tethered
find
to
the boat.
guy.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna pick up the boat. You fly us over to where we took the old boat from, and we'll drop it there. So the fucker doesn't have to wade through the swamp to find his fucking boat.
Fine. Bring it up already.
Okay.
It also would look fucking manning the boat being dragged by the.
Brennos, you see the tracks when you push the boat over there. You've got a bird's eye view as you're being flying around for the tracks.
Is there any idea of where you went?
Looks like the tracks came to the water's edge. Give me a survival. So,
All right.
I know you guys have really good survivals, but I want to see.
These are like you know. Actually, sorry. Like you know. 34.
Okay. This lizard folk. Yep, he is weighed down a little bit, like he's got some sort of armor or something. He walked to the edge. He crept to the edge. He squatted there for a while. Probably watched you guys. He was out of the range of like dark vision.
Yep.
And waited, and then went back the way he came. He had some sort of hafted weapon, like a polearm or a spear, because he leaned on that in the sand a little bit, or in the muck.
Yeah, I'll put the boat there. Keep the note stuck to it. We didn't defile your home. Take them, bit. I guess. You're gonna leave those other guys to do this sort of shit, though.
Well, I believe it needs some kind of tar or lacquer, but it's a new boat, so there.
It's so much easier just to make them cry. Zero ranks in diplomacy,
Well,
Dash ranks in intimidate.
Well, we took the poor creatures home for the night. This is the least we could do, especially after stealing the other boat.
Appropriating. Liberating.
It's property.
Don't get diseased.
Ah, yes. I try not to.
We're actually kind of far away from the rest of the party at this point, I think.
Yep.
I think the sword saw the Morndinsammon
Come again?
failed to live up to their duty.
The sword is more important than we think, is what you're saying.
Or the sword is showing me some of what shame is being bared by the dwarves from not helping. Not pitching in at a time of need. Not
Well,
certain which yet.
We are certainly doing our part. But tell me more. This sword shows you images, you say.
Sort of. Not
So
sure
it was
it's
there as a creature or as a sword?
sword.
Interesting. Keep your hand on
You
it.
figure out how we get eaten by a frog and not die.
Not get what the fuck?
No. How we get eaten by, or if we can kill the frog, that might be a way. But
Is there a way
last
out
time
of
it
the
was easier
frog?
to get eaten by the frog. So if we're gonna have to get hit by a frog, you find a way to get hit by a frog.
You mean that demon lord thing?
Magic bubble or something to get,
Get in and out, I guess. A grease spell will do.
I assume we're getting shot to another plane, but there's probably an easier way. But sometimes.
You do what you must. Interesting. I'll think about it.
Brennos is looking questioningly at a toad that's on a dead. They don't have teeth, so that one's got like little tiny ones.
Okay.
I think
It's a big bullfrog. It kind of does its big kind of expansion of its neck and then splash angrily in the water.
Just a paranoid reminder, Barnabas has the next crying up.
Okay.
Resilience fair.
It's a druid, and we're seeing his tracks. That means he wants us to see his tracks. That means he's a
Yeah.
friendly druid.
Or
Alternately,
he's leading us.
he's leading us into a trap. Or he's like so powerful, he doesn't give a shit. He's terrorizing us.
Or he's not a
horror
druid.
film. It's a horror film.
Or-
Goddamn
all right.
Blair Witch in the
So
swamp.
you guys pull your way along some waterways. Sometimes you hit like the bottom, which is just like a foot of weeds underneath. So a little bit of water because it's summer. but you're able to, with strength and with the poles, kind of pull yourselves along. Day turns to night. You guys get a quick kind of like rest at the side of an embankment, kind of using your boat as well as maybe a rope trick to sleep that evening.
Two rope tricks are available.
Yeah, and so you've got your boat pulled off onto a embankment, 2 rope tricks, and
But why wouldn't we sleep in a treehouse? We could sleep in a treehouse. Treehouse. Rope trick in a
Fine.
treehouse.
Fine
Somebody
by
wants to
me.
make a treehouse. So like make a rope trick. Summons a tree fort just because.
Sweet.
Okay.
Thorgrim's going into the tree fort. Then he's using
there's
a
a
rope trick.
swampside tree fort that is made out of cypress trees and all sorts of like swamp moss and lily pads. It's very different looking than the other ones. You're pretty sure the sides of the tree fort are all like this intertwined lily pads that could probably be used as a focus for an entangle spell along the edge of the fort.
Honey,
Yes.
the views.
Oh, they can't see it. It's very hard to see. I mean, they could see it if they tried really hard, but who's going to try hard?
Slake stands guard grumpily outside of the tree fort, refusing to step inside.
You know what? There's a snake out here anyway.
I'll guard the boat. The non-magical, perfectly crafted boat.
I believe it's DC 30 to see the tree.
Okay, I already rolled for random encounter. There's nothing. You're well outside of the protective 300-foot radius of the old sunken druid circle, and night turns to morning. And
You mind if how long does that last?
1 hour per level, so 12 hours.
That's an awesome ambush spell. Like we're waiting for people in the forest.
Yeah.
Put up the treehouse.
Well, a DC 25 perception check to see it, or DC 25 survival check.
Well, doesn't that look serene? Look at that.
There's no way the giant fish of doom is going to come and eat the boat.
No. Anything, Brennos wants to do some fishing.
yeah, you end up in a an actual waterway,
Yep.
It's sort of a central depository of lots of rainwater and the swamp water.
Barnabas is thoroughly enjoying the boat ride. Smoking his pipe.
Yep.
He's got his drink.
You do see like the odd turtle, frog, like a big fish, maybe an eel.
There is a continent on the southern side of Volcanica, kind of opposite where we are. We have a problem. I don't know what problem. It's kind of a birdie piercy problem.
Well, if you need to,
Do
we
you
can
know
go
anything
see what
about
it
it?
is.
I don't have birdie problems. I don't know.
Don't you have your druid spells that can let you get there
I
quickly?
do have a thing to spare that we focus on the task at hand. I've let the folks in that continent deal with their burning penises.
Okay.
There's diseases like that if you're
Af-
frolicky.
Yeah, I got.
After a leisurely boat ride across this
Nice swamp. Every once in a while, there's like something that you kind of have to shoo away. The worst thing was there was a 4-foot gator that came up and tried to take a chomp out of the paddle. Amadeus basically picked it up. It was thrashing a little bit and cracked its neck, and you've got this baby gator in the bottom of your in the bottom of your boat. It's about noon. The sun is out. It's very warm. Most of you are protected by magic anyways, and you begin to see that there's an embankment, and all of a sudden it looks like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of lizard men. They all kind of stop what they're doing. Some of them look like they were looking after little lizard people. Some of them look like they were skinning some sort of like water buffalo. And they all just sort of stop what they're doing, and they're looking at you. But
Hello.
they're armed, but they're not
Aggressive.
drawing their weapons. Give me a sense motive.
Hello.
Yeah, Thakur's like, hello.
Barnabas got a 45.
28 from Sunny. Hey, they look friendly.
They're not hostile. In fact, they're not surprised to see people. And there's a hint of 45.
Yeah.
Brennos got 43. He feels good about himself for trying to keep up.
Okay, yeah. Brennos, you get like they're not surprised to see people as like Barnabas is like they're surprised to see humans, the hat and the dragon man, and like all the. They're not. They're just watching. It was almost like it was expected. But they're not even really interested. Brennos knows a defeated people when he sees one. These are not warriors. These are hunters. And there isn't a bull male amongst them.
They don't fire.
The lizard people, they're hard to tell whether they're male or female, but the lizard people that were looking after the children kind of recede a little bit. And the males continue their task, but there are 3 of them that after talking to each other in sibilant tongues actually approach the edge of the water. This is the embankment you guys were landing on.
Knowledge, I think it's geography to know what language they
Sure.
speak. I'll take 10 and get 40 something.
Just like, tell me what you know.
Knowledge linguistics?
Linguistics is not
Lizard folk are
Or
like
not knowledge, I mean. You know.
historically very, very subservient to dragonkind.
so
It would be if you learned how to speak Draconic, you could speak with them. There might be regional dialects, but
I would be surprised if I don't speak Draconic. If I don't, it's a severe oversight. I speak
39 linguistics check.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I deserve that.
you do catch these 3 now that they see Agony flying around and coming down and landing on this big tree branch. They look up at him, and they all sort of, I wouldn't call it bowing, but they're lowering their heads in a sign of submission.
Okay.
They stop approaching the embankment, and they kind of back off a little bit. With your 40 sense motive, it was like they were coming to see what you wanted, but when they saw the Dragon Man, they're again not surprised. And they now don't want to, for some reason, offer their services. Or to see what you want. It's maybe their question was answered.
Hello.
Your boat hits all the way to the edge, and one of the younger dragon men actually said something to one of the other. They're speaking very quietly amongst themselves, and the slightly older one just basically, with a hand gesture, told them to stay put.
I am a being of these. I am a being of the people of Volcan. I think. So he's gonna go to approach the lizard people.
Okay, the lizard people are regarding Sunny. Is there any marking on Sunny that would betray his allegiances?
To
Any symbol? Any?
Symbol of that, maybe.
he's got a symbol of F. Yeah,
Or he's God.
he's a symbol of F, and he would have.
Is it around his neck or?
Sure. The F thing is relatively new, and it came hot on the heels of the tree thing. So we have the symbol of F on our neck now.
Okay.
And then I think the pattern in the weave is kind of a like it would be there as well, but it'd be more nebulous. I don't think.
Yeah, it's this weird geometric pattern at the end of an amulet. one of the lizard folk, the young one, actually goes.
It is that.
They seem curious of Sunny, almost like they don't find Sunny threatening at all. And pretty soon, there's a bunch of lizard folk that are coming over and standing around Sunny, all nodding in agreement that it is a symbol of Eth.
It is that. Hello. Is Draconical right, or is it more colloquial tongue that is easier to work with?
We speak dragon tongue.
Do you want to hold the conversation in dragon tongue?
They nod.
Okay then.
What are you doing here, Eth?
We are looking for the castle in the swamp. We are on a valiant journey to, well, we have
Is this in Draconic?
This is Draconic.
Yep. The boat now has hit the edge, and some of the flyers can definitely descend
We have
if they want.
dealings with the dragon.
Agony lands, and they're like,
Dragon, your leader.
Barnabas.
He's developing his leadership qualities.
Yes, you find dragon worshippers at castle. You find there bullywug.
and they all the lizard men seem to not like the bullywugs. There's also a tinge of fear. Give me a diplomacy check. You've now spoken to these lizard folk in their native tongue, and
I am Sonny, the guy who talks to people who are new.
you can have a +2 for circumstance.
43. Like me, I'm an old man.
Okay, so they were they had a starting attitude of indifferent, but for Sunny with his mythic power, they were then friendly. Give me a
I think
second.
it was friendly than helpful. One step up from indifferent.
That is so awesome. Which means that when you made the successful diplomacy check, they were starting at indifferent to Sunny because of his mythic power, and you don't need to spend any ranks in this.
I don't have to spend ranks or points or enough. It's
They are friendly, and then you need to make a DC 12 charisma diplomacy check to make them helpful.
And this stacks with my favorite class, or my favorite class ability is bonuses to change attitude. So +6 to change attitude. Hey buddy. So yeah, I crushed that DC 12.
Okay.
Do not go there.
Do not go there. What is that?
You will be eaten. Like our shaman was.
Sonny looks over. People don't be nice.
Forblex. Great bullywug.
The great bullywug will eat you.
Bullywugs, yes, they rule there. They rule castle and swamp. They eat our druid, Suncaller. Wears his head as hat.
When did they eat Suncaller?
Oh, many years ago. We tried to fight back, but our warrior's dead.
Just checking resurrection, but I think it has a 1-week window. The Kedra.
That's optimistic, right? Right there.
Menfolk help them. Dragonfolk with menfolk. Some part dragon, some part men.
Bullywugs are helped.
Wear masks. Don't go there, Eth. Unless you dragon man prisoner. Oh no.
No. No. Do they have shaman or?
Yes. Farbleck shaman.
Farbleck is a shaman.
Farbleck shaman. He also have the grey one.
Great.
Sonny, Barnabas, perhaps you should find out what their memories are like. Give us an idea of what we're looking into.
Many lizard folk do tasks there. We used to live in abandoned castle. We make our lodges there. Many lizard men die. More disappear. You are here for the great feast.
We are here to disrupt the great feast.
Disrupt? The Obleks. Command us to gather all tables and chairs. All lizard folk to gather for great feast.
When? Great feast?
2 nights.
Must stay in a fucking swamp for a fucking feast.
Tomorrow night.
Brennos is shaking his head.
Obleks want everyone to sit at great tables. All tables being set up outside castle. You see if you go. We scared to go.
Who is your chief?
They all like make these kind of like
No. If you were to go, who would be the one to lead?
They're looking suspiciously at your friends. You're now asking for a favor for them to divulge a secret.
Okay.
Another
I get a
bonus.
+5 bonus in asking for favors because of the smithing power.
Okay. Reveal secret knowledge is a +10 to the, but they're helpful right now.
Get back, hey.
Tell me what to do.
Brennos kind of leans to Widget. Widget, you got a veil spell by any chance?
It was a real spell by chance.
Might need that thing.
Might be where his Lord Greyship over there of F is going with this.
Yeah, Brennos is just shaking his head like, freaking. They look worried about something. They keep on glancing over towards all the guys that that you're accompanying with.
27 on the to ask a favor.
We have question to ask you first.
One of them kind of got jostled to be brave ahead of the others.
You did not find Snapdragon?
Is we did come across the tracks of a druid, or we thought it was a druid, around the swamp with the big tree, with armor maybe, heavy guy. He didn't say hello.
Snapdragon is not dead, though. You did not kill Snapdragon, did you?
You realize diplomacy would come to an end if you guys claim that you killed the Snapdragon. They seem to be very, very hopeful about Snapdragon.
No, don't believe we. No, we didn't. Nobody killed the Snapdragon, did we? She's looking at Slake.
What, like the turtle? Because he's holding one up. Lunch.
No, that's not Snapdragon.
He's holding up. That's lunch. That's what it even does. It's lunch.
Snapdragon. Youngest son, Suncaller. He
To be chief.
too young to be leader. We send him to cabin to learn to be druid.
He fucking sucks.
He want to be warrior and kill Foblix. But we say no, he become druid. We keep him safe, give him good weapons.
Who If you were to send a party to the dinner,
We all must go, or we be hunted down and become food.
how many are in your tribe?
There used to be many small tribes. Too many for counting.
Could we slip in?
There are now not many left. Bullywug punish us harshly.
I don't like the bullywugs. So it's, knowledge nature? Like what is the are bullywugs just a species, or do they have tendencies?
Green scale tribe. Very big. Maybe.
And they start
500. Long ago. Now, 2 or 3. Scattered. Many still work. Castle and swamp. Others.
Is there any secret message or something like that to get permitted entry to the grand table?
Menfolk sometimes come to visit the other menfolk. We thought you here for that.
Well, we will be speaking with the manfolk when we see them.
Are you enemies of them? Eth?
Eth are of Volcanica. They are.
They eat our druid Eth. Suncaller.
I think it's only fair that we eat their druid. Metaphorically.
You go to kill Forblix.
I think it's imperative at this point.
Oh.
Just something like the the party.
Barner's like, kill bullywug, fine. Whatever you want.
I think that's being had a roll up about the eating thing. I don't think actually.
Yeah, metaphorically, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
You don't want to fight Forblix. He's always surrounded by his strong bullywug. He has powerful stone. And he is shaman. Dark shaman. Makes things die. And he eats them.
We've got people who do that too.
He is ever hungry like his god.
Does he know the way?
Yes, he is shaman. He tried to make lizard people follow. Many go into caves, never return.
Oi. Ran by Masony, the frog guy. The frog guy in the pits, is that him? You're talking about the frog guy, is he?
Right, yeah.
Hey, don't you worry, fish people. We're gonna kill that shaman and his bullywugs.
You be careful of the masked men. You be careful of his grey one.
What is the grey one?
Grey one.
They start thinking.
Skinny bullywug. Spellcaster.
Bullywugs should not be skinny.
He is new.
New bullywug.
He only come last month. You watch out for one-eye elf. Greyborn.
Greyborn. Greyborn.
My nephew.
Yes, so
Great nephew?
Yes. Yes. Do you speak dragon?
Sorry, I was on it.
No, sorry. I was wondering if you did. Cog or Matthias, your nephew might have been
Yes?
spotted in the area.
Really?
Yes.
We expected him up there, yes?
He-
Actually, Cog speaks Draconic, yeah.
Oh, you speak Draconic? Okay, then we'll just continue with.
Yeah.
He's
Greybeard.
apparently cohorting with cannibals.
Cannibals?
They ate a shaman. They ate a druid of Eth. It's very uncouth.
You be careful about castle. It haunted.
This is disturbing.
What of disease? He goes back.
Yeah. You can make a heal check and look at these lizard folk if you want.
Sonny will check. Actually, Brennos will take a look.
Cog, this is puppy.
Brennos just from a distance. He's not trying to spoil negotiations.
39.
16.
So there's no 16. There's no overt signs of wounds. 39. You're looking for like discolorations, any bandages. No, you think this is a health. Aside from not being very big, they're healthy enough. They look like they're eating. Like you see one of them has hunted a water buffalo. And
Brennos, I don't see any sign of disease here.
Right. So, one-eyed elf, who is the grey one, the masked men, the powerful bullywug warriors, this Fazul.
Who?
Fazul.
You're thinking about something completely different.
I know, I'm Foblex, Fazul, same thing, really.
Foblex. Both. They're shaman.
Are there any dragons? A blue one?
We seen some. Ones like this come and go. Magic, not all of them walk.
Mm-hmm.
We tasked to get stuff sometimes, to and from dragon men and others. Sometimes we go to speak to the ogres.
Where are the ogres?
North, far,
Oh.
caravans come to castle. We help.
The dinner is tomorrow, yes?
Yes.
Thank you very much for your assistance. If you could point us in the right direction, make most due haste to the.
We can bring you there. There is way by water, a way by land.
How? Which way is fast?
So many. We go by land. But, Bogart, see you. See Eth.
That would be very destructive, I suppose.
Yes.
Alright.
Foblex will come out for dinner, for the great feast.
Will we make it there before evening?
Yes, you will be too early.
Too early.
You do not want to wander around. You get punished Captured.
Wouldn't want to be punished.
Brought into caves below castle. Disappear.
So Widget is going to.
Or they wear your head like hat. Don't say that. He is nice.
I believe my head would make a lovely hat. Also, nobody should make my head into a hat.
This is not our way, they say.
It's not a good way. Hat heads. I mean, there's a time and place for everything, but this is not the time and place for a hat made of a head.
Okay, some of the younger lizard folk have wandered out and they're trying to be helpful to help you try to skin and prepare the alligator. I don't know if Aberrant Man is letting them touch your lunch.
He has no idea.
He's actually whipping the alligator around.
they go running away. And...
It's just like this look of... all right, so
Hunchback of Grumper Down is still
he is still
making friends.
Yep.
all right, so we're going to a place for dinner.
We will let Snapdragon know you are here.
You should apologize for us. Why? Tell him that we apologize for borrowing his book.
They don't look really concerned that
Their ideas of personal property might also be pretty different from ours.
at that point one of them goes over to the boat and they're talking about they go let Snapdragon know, and you can see 3 of them are going to leave with your boat if you let them.
Snapdragon made a boat out of the whole thing. He's up one boat.
Yep. So three of them disappear, but others have come out to talk to you.
So, one second. Barnabas, I have an idea.
Okay.
We are going to use the tricksy magics of shadow.
This is Widget talking to Barnabas?
No, that's Sunny talking about Widget to
Okay.
Widget.
Okay.
To cloak ourselves, to get close to the leadership, to remove the leadership. Eat not eat, we're still working through the kinks on that one, whether or not, eye for an eye, druid for a druid, sort of thing. And then we will have 24 hours to potentially turn life in this region around.
Sorry for the last part. I knew everything else. Yeah.
Right, but if we remove the people who are supposed to be giving this talk, and all the bullywugs and the ogres and the
Oh, I see what he said. Yeah.
they're all coming to have a powwow. And we can, I am the great me, and stop being asses.
Yes, you can.
But you could also be the great me.
Oh, you could.
You need to be given a chance to do that, though. We'll buy you time if that's what you need.
No,
What if they're trying to eat me?
yeah, that would be an issue. Who would step in that case? Yeah.
There is precedent for eating druids.
Perhaps you're more tender.
Maybe I should tell them I'm a wizard. Maybe they don't eat wizards.
They're just like, oh, you're lucky. You're lucky. You're a wizard.
Indigestion, don't you know? So, does that sound like a league of whatever we are plan?
Yeah, for the most part, sure.
Then it is agreed. We will do the plan that I stated.
Wizards, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot.
You know what? That's funny right there.
That's pretty funny, actually. That's pretty good.
Even Barnes said, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
It's got a bit to it. That would, yeah. You shouldn't be eating wizards.
Go ahead.
If they don't give up magic, yeah.
At least give them an opportunity, I suppose. We take it where we can get it. Okay, I think we have the concept of a plan.
I think so.
We're going to go and aggressively negotiate with the leaders of this castle, and then potentially try to tell the people of the swamplands to just chill and be happy, make baby, something, not kill
Love
everyone.
the trees in the swamp.
Well, it sounds like you'd be stopping this bullywug from
Well, stopping the bullywug.
slowly converting everyone to the worship of Ramenos.
Yes. Well, and Brennos is going to absolutely go toe to toe with Bullywug Man, and then the question is going to be, how do you get to the frog guy? Bullywug Man might not know the answer to that, or he might have a way to do it. To be like,
What kind of creature is a bullywug again?
frog
Frog.
man.
Frog. All right. See.
He's drawing a frog on a cannonball.
There we go. There we go.
Are you casting a spell, or is it just a cannonball with a frog on it?
No, he's preparing the greater what's it called? Yeah, this is the one that has the decapitation.
Okay. Well, you do. Yeah. What are you doing?
I think we're going to.
So we're fighting a bunch of frog people. What?
Yeah, basically, we're fighting frog people.
We're only fighting the frog people of the leadership caste, and then we're going to guide the others on a more fruitful path.
Let's keep in mind they are cannibalistic, so that's not really get too whingy about killing the regular ones. Alright.
What if we come across some little frog tadpole with little children? Just,
Just remember, they need a baby.
Well, but the parents shouldn't be leaving the baby. That's just an irresponsible parent, eh?
All right. So we're killing a bunch of frogs. Got it.
Aye, we're killing a bunch of frogs.
All right.
If they
Frog
worship
legs.
the frog thing, then we kill them.
Why
You
do
know,
we know
I
if they worship
remember.
the frog thing or not?
They'll try to kill
I
them.
remember we used to eat frog legs. I don't know why.
Let's be
Probably
clear,
not this size though.
We are not eating the frog people. I know there's a lot of
Well, of
talk about
course.
consumption.
I don't eat anymore.
Amadeus, we are not eating.
Okay, it's like the middle of the afternoon at this point in time. You could make it to the lizard folk have said you could make it to the castle on foot by evening.
Yep.
But the feast is going to be the next evening. So what are you doing?
Are we trying to intercept the feast? And if so, how early?
Well, that is the baller plan.
The baller plan is we go there now,
Yeah.
and we are the new. Oh, you've come to. Thank you for coming to Sunday's feast.
Yes.
Oh, there's a lot of lawful evils, chaotic evils out there. Oh no.
Well, do we want to expend our energy traveling there and then performing, or do we need to? Can we do that today? Either
It's like
deal
a
with it-
3-hour walk, basically.
It's a 3-hour walk. We're not.
Yeah.
It's just the whole when we're done. Fight goes bad. It goes really long. That's the problem. I
Well-
think we should go now. We're going now. You realize it doesn't work that way, right? But we're going now. You guys make a decision at the end. We're going now.
Come during feast, there will be many lizard men. We will summon Snapdragon.
What's a snapdragon?
Vorlex will come out of castle. He will be very hard to kill in castle.
Why would it be hard to kill in the castle?
He is always surrounded by his best warriors.
Yeah, we're not worried about that now, are we?
In the castle's haunted.
The grey one, the skinny Walcott.
Ah, yes.
He is castrated. always in Farblack's shadow, whispering to Farblack's ear. He is new. Many lizard folk will follow Eth.
What is that? What's that? That is the gods. They are talking to me. And they are saying, you have told me of a great treasure. And they're saying, Barnabas, we want you to have these things.
Yes, we bring treasure to castle. It goes in to castle.
Then that's where we need to be.
Farblax gets a tiny amount of the treasure that we haul on our backs.
So Foblex knows where the rest of the treasure goes, or it stays there?
Yes, maybe manfolk know. Maybe this Greyborn know. He is in charge, but there's others that come sometimes, and they bow to them.
All right. The skinny bullywug, we want alive. All right.
Skinny frog alive.
Very
Skinny frog.
Yes, we are.
I'm confused. Are we going now, or are we going tomorrow?
We are going now.
Then the bullywugs won't be there to support us. Or the lizard folk won't be there to support us.
In not draconic, would you just look at them? They are broken people. They are going to distract with what? A little bit, few sticks flying through the fucking air? No.
But they won't get to see and be inspired
No,
by our
yeah.
acts of bravery.
He says to you in Ignan, you know exactly what's going to happen is they're going to start turning on the lizard people, and Brennos is going to be a fucking hero and go inside them and doing his fucking job.
I heard that. Brennos was in there. There was bits before, bits after. Brennos.
Just prize for your abilities, my friend. You can't beat my bluff.
Legit can't. So why roll?
You kill Farblax in front of everyone. Bullywugs flee.
Spectacle.
Snapdragon killed Farblax. He great hero, lead our people.
Is Snapdragon great boring?
Snapdragon is warrior of great potential.
So no.
How does Snapdragon fight?
Weapons. He found weapons.
What kind of weapons?
Long weapons.
Long spear?
Long spear.
He pokes things.
I can throw things.
Alright, fine. But tomorrow night, we'll be heading this fucking shaman in front of everyone.
It'll be interesting beheading him with a fucking spear.
Will they take
He
kindly
knows how
to
use
us?
other weapons.
There's now like
We are making many weapons. Bullywug do not know.
Get Snapdragon here. Get Snapdragon here. I'll have a chat with him.
He come. We send boat.
And if this Snapdragon, we switch it over to Dwarvish. If this Snapdragon is, a kid, then use your magic, make me look like him. I'll behead the fucker proper. Because I ain't letting him do it. Either way, he's not getting it, but I'm doing it.
Nah, you're doing it all wrong. No magic. Go in there, kill everything that tries to kill us, and then we leave these lizard folk to their own devices.
We're trying to be able to let them lead their own devices, but they need their leader yet.
If he's not worth following, then you shouldn't prop him up.
All they need something, don't they?
You know what? These sort of tribal, they organically build the leadership up. It's really not our business.
Well, if you just let it, it already did that this time, and you have Oblex who eats the druids of death.
It hasn't really bothered us.
Oh, it will when we go and say hello. If they're gonna try to eat you, I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna smash their heads in.
I'm very touched, thank you.
It was very emotional.
Yeah, there is the slug.
So the main thing that I heard is all the tribes and the ogres and the caravans and the humans and the half dragons are all bringing their treasure into one fucking spot.
Be careful.
Alright?
See, here's a man who understands fucking priorities, not this fucking
I've got an idea.
bullshit.
The ones that want to go and eat some feast with frog people can do that with whatever magic to disguise us. And the others, during the distraction, go in to find the treasure.
My device might be quite useful in finding the treasure.
Good. We probably want Thogrim's surprise cannon at the dinner. Agony wants to be on Team Treasure because you've guilted him into not thinking about the treasure or something. Barnabas on Team Treasure or on Team
Barnabas is on
turn-
Team Treasure.
Team Treasure? Okay.
Well, let's divide people on where they would like to go, and then we'll
divvy
divvy up
massage.
where.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you should go over.
Amadeus being
Amadeus has understood fuck all that was said, so he's waiting to basically be assigned.
Just waiting there. What is it?
He's just sticking a stick through the
Yep.
snapping turtle he found. Like what?
Sunny is on team save the region. Save the politics for the region.
okay.
Brennos is on kill leader of this clan thing. Kill the evil priest.
Oh no, Adam's got 3 characters.
Yeah, he's got 3 characters.
Widget is on treasure.
Treasure.
As stated before.
Thogrim's killing with the
Slake
priest.
is Team Treasure because he is not going to be taking a veil spell.
No. I'll just lay really still. I can be an offering. See? I can be stealthy and sneaky and fucking shit.
Being standing fucking still is not stealthy.
No one's gonna notice. See? And he lays down.
It's because you look like a rock.
That's right. This is how I bluff.
You look like a block.
God gives him a big thumbs up. You own it.
He gets back up. Guess who's gonna be beside me? Or are you going on a treasure? I go with them. That's fine.
Yeah, they're going to need a bit of muscle. He flexes like, it's not much, but it's enough.
Amadeus. I'm going to be busy killing the priests. You keep these ones alive.
No, he comes over on our side.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to be busy killing the priest. You need to keep our wizard alive. Our volcanic priest guy.
I don't know why you've been fucking standing there. You have a job to do. You fucking wait for them.
Snods walks over. Guess we're speaking languages he didn't understand or something.
I mean, this works out all for the better. There ain't no way Slake is going to take the teleports to get the magic, put it in the next dimensional space to teleport away with it.
No.
To teleport back in to get the next round of it.
How much treasure are we expecting? How are we going to carry it out?
No, it's just a question.
Many lizard notes.
We're gonna go in. We're gonna secure the treasure.
Just-
You're gonna go for a
beat
walk while you guys are doing your thing.
Going to start a revolution. Or stop a revolution? We're going to counter revolt? Are we revolutionaries?
Sorry. They're frogs and lizards. I don't give a fuck.
But they're having a revolution. They might even be having an evolution. I think the lizard is ahead of the frog in that respect.
Well, I don't think so. They're subservient to the frogs right now, aren't they?
But we get eaten by bears. That doesn't mean we're subservient.
I don't get eaten by fucking bears. I stay in the fucking woods to my fucking moron.
See? You're more evolved than the bear.
Does anyone know treasure stitching? To a fifth circle.
I know how to cross stitch.
Over.
Fuck's sake.
We're not worried about the treasure right now. She's securing the treasure.
Treasure's the most important thing!
Transporting the treasure is another problem.
It's the whole reason why we're here.
We will deal with it when when there's not a force to get through to get the treasure out.
That makes sense.
All right.
Fine.
Besides, hopefully, it's not.
he locks eyes with agony. He's like, we know the deal.
Yep.
You and I, we know the
Yeah,
deal.
that's fine. Agony's a teleporter.
This golem's not going to make itself, goddammit.
Yeah, and you owe me a bit of money.
I'm trying to pay this golem so I can make the other golem.
Financial troubles.
All right, we need to make a little platform for you to drag me on.
Yeah, you guys get on that. Barnabas turns his back like I'm not any part of that.
Oh, we have till tomorrow to prepare.
Would you like the platform made with spells, or do you want to make it the old-fashioned way?
Ah, no, we'll make it. We'll make it with wood.
Yep. Slogren pulls out a hammer.
Unfortunately, my skill
Let's
set
get
is
to
not
it.
well equipped to aid in this endeavor. If we're not using spells, by using spells, of course I can.
We ask him to show us like some wood, basically, so we can make a.
Yeah, the lizard folk are pretty much super helpful to anything that Sunny asks at this point.
Sunny Volcanica, of course I can do. Such a silly question.
And then I guess several hours later, if you're camping along the embankment and waiting, there are more lizard men that are arriving. You're pretty certain that, like, word has spread that you're going to go in to interrupt the feast.
Brennos is looking for this snapdragon guy.
Yeah, eventually the boat that you guys took, borrowed.
Yes.
No.
Can
Yes.
You make a couple invisibility extras for tomorrow?
Invisibilities? Sure. Yes, I'll create those.
Nice.
No problem.
They have a couple of giant swamp lizards. They're more like pack beasts, but you're pretty sure you've encountered some of these before. One was pulling a wagon in the first goddamn adventure of the campaign. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you had one in the basement of the mill for a while. Yeah, it looks like they use them as mounts and pack lizards. Might be the area of the world where they come from.
Yep. Howdy.
Yeah, and coming around in a boat, you could see a lizard folk that is clearly of a different subspecies. He's got a weird frill, and he is not green scaled.
He does kind of look like a teenager. He looks young, and he looks like he's got a mohawk.
He's dressed in bone and dark wood armor. He's got a bow on his back. And it looks like he's like wearing like adventuring gear.
All right.
The boat comes up to the edge and he hops out and gonna
Howdy. Oh, look, it's the. I think that might be our young chieftain.
you notice a bunch of the lizard folk come over and they say Snapdragon's name. They are acknowledging him. He nods to them.
Oi. Do you want to kill Fulbrex?
Yes, of course I want to kill him. Of course.
Are you capable?
His comment is much better than.
Oh, he was expecting
Yeah.
to like. Do you want to kill?
Of course I want to kill Farblix.
Are you capable of killing something?
Bullywug croaks are very, very potent.
How do you protect yourself from the crook?
You be strong.
He blinks.
Who are all of you?
Hmm?
Who are all of you? What are you doing here?
We are the League. We are Avengers of Eth. Phobrix killed one of our druids. This cannot be left to stand.
Okay, Snapdragon scoops up your hand and is shaking it in both of his clawed hands.
Sorry about taking your boat.
You return.
And he shakes Brennos' hand.
There's also one on your shark.
He's You're hoping he's good with his bow?
Use arrows, right?
He nods. He shows you his bow.
Okay.
Tiri Kator make this.
Decent bow.
Tirikator means an elven, effectively like some sort of wild or wood elf. Cog knows that these are wild or wood elves that lived on the edge of the Elsyr Vale.
These are elves. They used to be here. I'm not sure if they still are, but
Yes, they still here.
really,
Sunny will detect magic on it.
Okay, yeah, there's magic on the bow.
We will identify it.
It is a
Go.
+1.
Not a particularly inspiring start, if I'm being honest.
Can you put keen on a bow?
no.
No.
Seeking?
Seeking. It's a +1 seeking bow. It's a composite longbow, and it's got a strength pull of 16.
That's not bad. That's a good strength score for an archer. Alright. Moderately enchanted. Decent bow. Are you any good with that bow?
It's just a head wobble.
Yes, Miss Archer. We have.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
I mean,
Barnabas is watching this whole exchange like, fuck's sake.
sure.
Quietly musing to himself, I wonder how much we get for all these hides.
He will be great druid one day.
Just after he sort of looks down at the ground and just sort of kicks at the ground a little bit.
Not everyone is meant to be a druid. We have a whole day before we're planning on going. We're gonna arcane sight and just check to see if he's got any casting ability.
Okay.
Is he an any druid at this point?
Oh, let's see. Let's roll some dice. Give me a 2d4 +1.
Oh no, 4.
4. Okay. He can cast 2nd level divine spells.
It's better than I thought.
Getting somewhere. Right. Yes, you can cast some magics.
You're guessing he is a lizard folk druid form. And then warrior wise Brennos is able to ascertain that he is equivalent to a lizard folk ranger form.
Aye. Here's the plan. We're gonna put some spells on you, and you're gonna try your hardest not to die while visibly fighting.
And druids, rangers can wear medium armor, right?
Yes. Yeah. They have, and they can use evasion.
Okay, so he's got the equivalent of bone and dark wood breastplate that is clearly not his, and he's growing into it.
Well, you got to find out, but the plan.
Yeah, they then tell you a tale that this was Suncaller's armor, that they had to sift through the offal pit to get pieces of,
Put back together.
because it was eaten by, like, Suncaller was eaten by some of the bullywugs, and they passed his armor.
That's why it looks like shitty armor. I ain't no shit.
Like, the lizardmen smuggled out the big plates, and then, you know, had to go sifting for the remainder.
This is the problem with hereditary thought. Weak ass leaders like this.
So you know how to turn into an animal.
He's looking around. He
can't even hide his own tracks.
he turns to Sunny and nods.
That's how we get you into the dinner.
Yes, snake. Is it bird, fish? Big, but not too big.
And he's saying it like he doesn't want the others to hear.
So just to
That's all right. Are there any other languages that you know?
Well, he knows common.
We could switch.
Yes.
We could switch to also Druidic if you want.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll go to Druidic.
Apparently, he was taught enough that he could.
Oh, sneaky fuck.
That would be a good way.
You could use linguistics to get the gist of what they're saying, though.
Barnabas doesn't actually care enough about
To speak in metaphors about moons and stars
Exactly,
and
right.
fish and rainbows.
sort of thing that's like, that's
Yeah.
And I will know you got too cheeky with your checks if I wake up in the morning and the druids are mad at me. So
If they know I can turn into animal, they will send me up against Farblex. They know druids can do this.
He looks frightened.
it's a very easy druid trick.
They are not druids.
Don't worry.
I can only do it once. I want to keep it to run away.
Ah. All right then. Do you have a face covering or something, or do you want to be under the veil spell? The issue with the veil spell is to be unseen, like you look like something else.
Oh, unseen. Unseen, I can shoot my arrows if I'm invisible.
Sunny is like, I'm not going to look at Barnabas. I am not going to acknowledge. He's looking at me with a shit-eating grin, drinking a gin right now.
I am getting better.
We need to keep a kid from dying. It's just Brennos butting into the car. You've got one job tomorrow. It's don't fucking die. Throw arrows at the enemy.
Yes,
Hey,
you fight all the
If
boggards.
things are getting dangerous, just get out of there.
You fight all the boggards? I do not see your army. There are 100 of them.
sometimes you need an army of will.
You are very strong with your dragon man and druid defense.
God. Dragon Man's got other fucking priorities.
What about their dragon men? They fear the one, the black-scaled dragon.
What does a black-scaled dragon man look like?
Dragons, eh?
Yes, his name is Resmir.
Resmir.
Yes. He He has great horns. He is very advanced.
Widget, could you come over here for a moment? We need you to take a description down.
He wears a mask.
Brennos is going to go with Black Dragon.
It is a mask of a great black dragon that fits over his face. It is of a black dragon. Resmir, very feared in these parts. Very feared. Resmir. Is Resmir there? Because if he is, maybe we should wait.
We don't know if Resmir is there.
Sunkala once told me that Resmir is allies. There's a worm,
What kind of worm?
a black scaled worm with horns like Resmir. It lives in the tower ruins.
Where's the tower ruins?
Blackfen. In the ruins of Rest.
Is that rest with a W or with an R?
I think
And he actually scratches a couple things in the dirt. You can read. He spells it RHEST.
Oh, that was neither of them. Rest to take away rest. A tower of resting sounds very, I wouldn't mind one of those. Tree was basically a tower.
Knowledge geography.
Knowledge
Knowledge history. One of those.
We know history. I'm about the now, not the then. Also not very old, so history's. Alright.
My history goes back 3 years.
Mordron bot is not listening to me.
Let me restart him.
We need to think about the type of energies we need to protect against. So different types of dragons or different types of attacks.
There's also a death priest there.
Well then, death wards, I believe.
39?
Rest is a much older elvish settlement. For whatever reason, it was lost to a swamp.
Elves have very bad luck. This one volcanic.
Yeah, I was going to say, here they do, yes.
Other places they have good luck.
Not so much.
Like the swamp overtook it.
Yeah.
And it's old. Like we're talking pre-settler war. Maybe the time when Barnabas talks about dragons in a war or something like that. But it's somewhere in these backwaters. They're saying that the sulfur swamp connects to the Black Fens, and the Black Fens are just over there.
All right. I think we have the plan.
And they're saying that there's a dragon in that.
Oh, they're saying, yeah, but there's a dragon there that he could be around, potentially.
That
There's a black
the
dragon
leader
around.
here, who walks like agony,
Is friends with the black dragon.
correct.
So maybe we should get a black dragon tonight.
Chicory, pokery, surprise, no creepy. We have to know where it is, though.
You do not want to go to Rest. Any warriors who've gone there, they've disappeared. Get eaten. Rest is very sunk. Dragon lives in the swamp, under the water. The waters are very dark. The waters are very bad.
The water's diseased.
Polluted, maybe. Pond scum. Not much grows there. I'd have to look. I have only seen the swamps of Rest from afar. I am not in a hurry to go back there. I have not trained on how to fight dragons.
You got time to learn.
I can fight bullywugs, as that is what I'm supposed to do.
Looks around at the other.
There's a little bit of a you took favorite enemy bullywug. I guess a bullywug ate your dad, so that makes sense.
You get a pass on that. Yeah.
You get a pass on that. When you finish this adventure, you're gonna feel dumb, but level 13 guy and favorite enemy bullywug. Why? Coming of age adventure. Don't worry about it. I'll retrain it when I get the time and the money.
There are retrain rules.
I'm not dragons and undead. That's what's important.
At least I'm not that guy who had to take favorite enemy animal because of a bear.
Yeah. Really good at kicking dogs like that. Jeez.
I want to be really good at hunting. It doesn't make you better at hunting. I hate animals so much.
Remember in second edition it was
Hated
called
foe.
Hated Foe, not just Favorite Enemy. There's so much hate.
So his favorite animal, like, oh, fucking animals are so fucking dumb.
With the bonus, just exploding rabbits and chickens and shit. So much damage. Every animal has a spot. You
Stupid
hit it.
animals are so easy to kill.
No, favorite enemy, not.
Hated foe.
Right. They changed the language a little bit, which does have an impact on
It
the
means
way
something-
that.
Well, this is where it used to be. Some of the people I talk to, they always went like, "Your favorite enemy, your own race, that makes you evil." And it's like, what do you mean? Well, their logic is, well, it used to be hated foe.
Yeah.
So if you hated foe your own kind,
Whereas, the human who takes favorite enemy human, okay, he's just a really good soldier.
he's a good soldier. The
Yeah.
guy who goes to war. He's a goddamn Texas Ranger.
Right.
He's off find a
RoboCop or
RoboCop,
something.
yeah.
There's lots of Conan. I don't know if he was a ranger or not. But.
examples of people who weren't evil.
Conan was pretty
That's pretty on the
He
line.
made some questionable choices in life.
I'd say chaotic neutral.
In the movies, chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
In
the books, yeah.
Well,
All right, so this is clearly maybe one day hero material, but he's afraid of things, and he seems to have this gigantic heap of pressure
yes.
from his tribe to become the hero that they all want him to be.
Yep. Now the conversation is, what are we going to look like when we go there? Because this is people who helped the kid.
Got it. So this is a conversation with.
So the full plan. We're going to travel. When we get close, we will separate into our two groups. Do the thing, but during the traveling, we'll need the shadow number. For the rest of us, to hide. Particularly, like looking at Amadeus, Brennos, and Ogrim, and the entire team of Team Go Rob the Bank.
We're going to have invisibilities. I've got enough. I'll have enough for everyone.
Can we get all of us with the veil?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to use the veil because invisibility only lasts so long.
It'll last 12 minutes, yes.
It might take more than 12 minutes to explore a
The veil will
castle.
last for
But-
15 hours,
I've got a problem, though.
assuming I like you.
I heard that this place is haunted. I assume that means ghosts or some kind of undead. I can only prepare 3 death balls.
That's we'll prepare them if you like, but these people think that shaking tortoise shells filled with beads will chase away spirits. So you know what? I'm not going to take their fucking word that there's ghosts there.
I'll take a death board if you got one.
So what?
Do you want some beads for a show?
I will tell you, one of those invisibility
You're going to have one each. And I can make enough death walls. I just have to get rid of something else. But that's fine. I'll do it.
Right. So your day of planning goes by.
Oh, Barnabas will, with his permission, go with take chicken. I mean, snap dragons. His memories of what these bullywugs that are close to their shaman, what they look like. Do they dress a certain way or have certain?
Okay, which bullywugs?
The ones that would be seen in the castle, if he knows.
Okay. He, with Sunny's guidance, he allows you to cast a spell on him,
Okay.
and you recall up to like a 5-minute memory.
5 minutes.
Okay, so I will show you what they look like.
And then Barnabas will share that memory with Widget.
Perfect. Such a very good one. That one to detect thoughts.
Yes.
Tremendously useful.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to expose part of the castle in the swamp,
Okay.
and I'll show you Farblex and his goons. So he remembers seeing them from afar. He's got a group of brutes that they beat the piss out of a lizard man, and there were some brutes, as he calls them, some boggard brutes, 2 shamans of Ramenos, and a really strong boggard.
Okay. Oh.
And we'll call that boggard elite. And then there's Farblex, and you get a good view of.
Farblex has like a shark head for a hat.
No, that's sun. That's
Oh, that's.
He made a hat out of a dude's head.
And it's literally just the dude's head, like screaming at
Yeah.
Went
We
from
have a character
stupid
like that.
frog to badass with 1 token.
the sun caller. Yeah, he's calling it the sun. He's spend his days.
Yeah. That is. That's a thing. Where the hell did you find that token? That's pretty awesome. Bullywug.
Yep.
That's awesome.
There was a great amount of fear when it's like he was carrying something for everyone. He was just trying to blend in, and like he was doing some manual labor, and they came down the road and like were captured a lizard man to punish him.
Brennos is like, so are they lizard people or are they like Boggart a thing like favorite enemy? What would be the
Knowledge nature.
knowledge nature? 43.
Yeah, medium humanoid, boggard or bullywug, are the same, they're synonyms basically. 41, you know that boggards can hold their breath almost 4 times as long as a human underwater,
Right.
or just in general. They have sticky tongues. And can move through any sort of swamp terrain at full speed. And in great numbers, their terrifying croak is something they can do every once in a while. It's like they build up some pressure inside their frog gizzards, and it makes people scared.
Yeah.
It rattles people to their core. Now, a single boggard, you're like, I wouldn't be too worried about them. Hopping mobs of them,
King Boggart and his Boggart crew, probably going to be an issue. Okay.
they swim faster than they walk on land.
No.
You could actually, like a normal man can outrun on land.
Yeah, they're not. Okay.
All right, I'm going to go back to the swamp.
There is a. All right, let's start going through the things that we need to prep for this. I think we probably want a water walk on this day. Call me crazy.
What you did not see amongst that was they said that there was a gray, skinny boggart.
What language do boggarts speak?
Boggarts have their own degenerate tongue. Yep, language is boggart. You imagine with their interaction with humans and dragon people that they might be able to speak. Some of them might be able to speak to the lizard folk, but that might be an advantage or disadvantage.
All right.
It's a disadvantage for the people. As soon as someone talks to us, we can't bluff our way out.
Yeah, unless you speak boggart.
I really didn't think it would be coming up, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, no tongue spells, no
Tongue spell would be the way to get around this.
tungoos.
Tungu. So, all right. I've got a Tungu prepared.
Snapdragon's coming with the veil, folks.
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, we need him not to die. Just and not shit the bed. Around the bed, but not in the bed.
Yeah, because as Google says, that's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing. Don't do that. Water walking, and I will prepare a water breathing. Like kind of trumps the need for water breathing.
All right, so what next day arrives? What time during the day do you want to time arriving in the vicinity of the castle in the swamp?
When is the
Dinner.
They said
That day or
they said at sundown, but you get the sense that lizard folk and others might be gathering, throughout that day.
Yeah, but we don't want to. The one group can go early, like just find a table or whatever, and wait. But the group going into the castle, I think they kind of want to wait for the castle to more or less empty as much as it's going to empty before they go.
I think we're trying to ride for like 5 p.m. kind of thing.
Yeah, it's summer in temperate area, so
Oh, okay, so
7 p.m.
Yep. Okay.
Like an hour and a half. Or
So, and you're being told it's about a 3-hour walk, so you're leaving at like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
4 in the afternoon, sort of thing. Okay, so you linger around that afternoon. A lot of the lizard folk have already left.
All right. The
Like they're coming and going from this spot.
okay.
Agony says to Barnabas, "I hope none of them give up that we're here."
They won't give us up.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Well, it will get very messy if they give us up.
Yeah, imagine it will, especially for you.
If they give us up, that's just the way it was meant to be.
At this point in time, the DM's like, I want
As he walks past the giant bowl of dice to get dice, there's that's way further than the fucking giant ones. I want my dice. Whose dice are those? Those are Cthulhu's dice?
Those are Cthulhu's dice, yes.
Okay, those are Cthulhu's. Okay.
All the Greek
Sorry, we're taking a break.
I'll take those down. No. We'll take a break in a bit, but I kind of want a couple of dice to make a decision.
Oh, okay.
This one won't make it a loud sound.
Yes, but you can all see it.
It takes a while.
We used to play back in college with a guy who had tabletop players will probably know this technique where you roll and your hands just in the way and you call what you rolled
And then you pick it up.
Pick it up right away.
Yeah.
Nick used to do that a lot.
Yep.
And you bought that giant freaking die.
I bought. They're
I'll
called
be
the
back.
cheat-
Sorry,
the
guys.
cheaters dice. Yeah.
That's your D20.
So yeah, I wanted to roll a couple of dice
because
With lizard men coming and going, and you guys making a plan in front of them.
Making the planet common. Oh yeah.
You know, the lizard men just might all be looking like they're really, really excited for the feast.
Sex motive.
No, as in to the boggards,
Yeah.
because they're being commanded to join the feast. So,
And maybe they'll be like, we offer you these not lizard people to eat.
all right. What are you casting on yourselves, and what are you making yourselves look like?
So the veil spell is going to make Agony look like a generic black half dragon.
Okay.
Changing the color of the scales and the motif will be slightly different.
Yep.
Eamon Woe and Eamon Woe, Cog, and Barnabas are going to look like bullywugs.
Okay. I'm just putting beside their names what their disguise is.
Widget is going to look like a smartly dressed kobold with black skin. Black scales.
Okay, so black scale kobold.
Yep.
Cool.
Brennos is going to look like a large, powerfully built sibling of Snapdragon.
Large red scaled lizard man. Okay.
Amadeus is going to look like an ogre crossed with a like a lizard folk.
Lizard folk ogre.
He's a
Thing.
lizard.
Oh, that's nasty. That's just bullywug troll.
Thogrim is going to
Just teeth everywhere.
Thogrim is going to look like a lizard folk shaman sort of thing. Like a tech shaman.
The crossbow.
Okay.
It really goes boom. Sunny is. We're gonna make. We'll make Sunny look like just a generic lizard folk. Just like one of the poor, underfed.
Not a target.
Green scale lizard folk. Are you disguising Snapdragon at all?
Oh. Can we make Brennos look like Snapdragon and make Snapdragon look like what we made Brennos look like a different version? We're gonna flip the two, and we'll make the kid look the same as Brennos. They'll be like twins of the same red scale, but just different.
The legend will be he was everywhere.
You must succeed as you have to make a disguise check to duplicate the appearance of a specific individual. You get a +10 on this check.
All right.
So who's looking like whom?
We both look like a third one.
Oh, you're like Snapdragon family, basically.
We're both Snapdragon family or
Okay.
of that line, and they're supposed to look generally close together.
Okay.
The idea being that later they could, when they tell the tales, they could funge the characters as needed to make the.
Okay, so you make up a thing, but you're trying.
Now, you'd think my character would have breaks in this kind of crap, but he doesn't. It's his thing. So it's got a +10, and my charisma is.
Aren't you an illusionist?
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at Sunny. Give me a second. So everything I said before is exactly correct, except my charisma is 15. So
You know that spell that you have? Just forget it. Don't use it anymore.
Natural 1. 15.
Perfect.
Okay, you make 2 red scale lizard men.
2 red scale lizard men.
And you're not a student of lizardman physiology, and you're not good at
Look the same to me.
disguising. So, okay.
And I kinda don't care.
You cast shadow magic upon the party. Slake has finished putting together this little sled thing for him to pull. He's got pretty good craft checks, so he basically is now laying down in a sled.
The before we get when we basically get
He hands all of his weapons basically to Brennos.
okay, so think you got enough fucking javelins
Ah,
and the whole pail of holy water.
oh yeah, some of that's pretty heavy. You can just put it on the sled with you. It looks like an offering. Clang, clang, clang. Just lies down in it. Now you're gonna pull me. So Slake weighs, before armor and equipment, 540 pounds.
we are dragging Slake through a swamp on
Oh,
a
for
sled.
fuck's sakes.
With armor and weapons, he's probably 650. With his gear, probably another 100 at least. So he's about 800 pounds of stuff. Drag, though. Like,
Amadeus and Brennos should be okay.
Yeah.
But there is a straight line going from like this village all
They
the
might know
way.
where we went.
where the boat lands.
Yep.
Sonny, if you want to cast that that spell that hides your tracks, perhaps that'd be useful here.
Why would we hide our tracks?
Or not. It's fine. Fine by me.
Slake doesn't like it when I cast spells on him.
Oh yes, but can't you cast it on the sled?
Uh,
Huh?
I'm fairly certain Slake doesn't like it when I cast spells on the sled.
That's cool.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
There's
buddy.
that.
That's cool.
All right.
I like it.
Nicely
after-
done.
After several hours of trekking, you do see from a distance, sort of squatting in a clearing on a slight hill, perhaps keeping it out of some of the water of the swamp, of the sulfurous swamp, which somehow mixes with the black fens. That might be the original name of the swamp, and then it became the sulfurous swamp after the event that happened near Thunder Tree. You'd have to consult some older maps. You see a castle in a great amount of disrepair. This is definitely a dwarvish imperial outpost. There are some curious elements to it. So starting from the top, there is a banner that looks like a kind of like a windsock, but it's shaped like a little dragon.
Okay.
And you can see that there's like it's very, very weather worn. It actually reeks of a symbol from the Red Hand of Doom.
Okay, all right.
And you're like, what are they doing here? There is one tower that looks like it's an old observatory. And that's this thing. It looks like it's fallen into disrepair. It looks like very rusty, but still largely intact. You can hear just a general, like, massive amount of croaking. You think there must be some really big frogs in this area. These longhouses are lizardmen longhouses. And then to the side where those trees are, you could see all sorts of mud and mud brick and like hastily thrown together thicket huts, and clearly, if the lizard men built these and the boggards built the shitty huts, that's another point in the column of the lizard men are more evolved, so to speak, than the boggards.
Yep.
I'm going to switch to a different view, but feel free to go back here if you want to, like, hey, we want to get into the castle from this end, or, you know, teleporting to this tower. I'm going to go to Castle of Swamps, levels 1 through 3, to show you the outside of the castle, where there is a group of lizard folk that are hurriedly setting up tables and chairs and place settings. They seem to be putting out wooden bowls and metal bowls, and helmets that have been flattened along the bottom. Like, it seems like everyone's going to get a bowl. There are some lizard folk that are sitting down. There are others that look like they are tending to a pen of these these giant swamp lizards. You can see a pod of really big frogs and a bunch of boggards standing in front of their huts to the north. And the boggards are just simply watching the lizard men work. There were signs along the path that bad things have happened to lizard folk in the vicinity of this castle. Like, you see signs where some of them may have been strung up into trees, or actually nailed to trees, or just simply tied up and executed. But a lot of their remains have been carted off, or it looks like have just disappeared. So there's just remnants of those things. From the castle itself, actually, you can hear a lot of croaking from an entryway that you sort of see off to the side here. And then every once in a while, I'm going to roll a perception check for the party. I've got technology, and I think I've updated for your new level. Grimstone, Chronicles North. Slake, Cog, Thogrim, Sunny, the party. The party sees, every once in a while, a little winged kobold peeks out of the wall over here. To look down at what's going on. From the smell of the place, it looks like it's been occupied. You just get the sense that it's been occupied by the trampled earth from the little piles of detritus by these, to Barnabas' opinion, dirty humanoids for quite some time. What man would live in this horrible smelling place? You're not sure.
Find out.
Let us know before you go. We might want to protect ourselves from certain things.
You, grab a chair, put over there.
Talking to which?
I guess just I'm pointing at a group of you. I don't know. He's pointing at Barnabas is a bullywug. They're not commanding the bullywugs. They're not commanding the kobold. They actually walk past you and is pointing at Sunny.
You, take those chairs, put them there.
All right.
What this?
Offering.
Yes. We bring offerings. Make pile at front.
He points to two lodges.
That is Oblex table.
Okay. Brennos and Snapdragon have like cloaks or whatever. They like
Yep.
drag the dragon to the top.
Bullywug watching. Get to work.
Of course. Yes, sir. Chairs over there.
So you're gonna go move chairs around?
Sunny's gonna. Would they be upset if I used telekinesis to move the chair?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, that lizard folk may not know, or doesn't see you through your magical disguise, and he did bow, like he bowed his head to the black scale dragon man. I think they'll interact with you. They get a will save.
Yeah, it's
I
what
think they got to touch you.
I think there's a touch. Well, I think Hawk as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the audit.
Okay, what's the DC of Widget's veil?
The widget's spiel. This would be 22, 23.
Okay,
21.
that lizard folk.
Sorry. Final answer. 24.
There we go.
Awesome.
Write that down.
Well, it's the bloody bonus for illusions.
Bonus for illusions and your gnome, so +1 and +1 from shadow casting, right?
Shadow casting is 1 caster level.
Oh, caster level.
Yep.
All right.
All right, are you moving chairs around, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Move chairs. There was move chairs. I'll move chairs.
All right, so Sunny's moving these.
Sonny's moving chairs.
Combination of like captured chairs from human lands to crudely cut like rounds of wood and.
If anybody's paying attention,
Yeah.
Sonny actually likes this mundane task of, ooh, look at all the interesting chairs and just moving them around. He used to pick apples. He's got no problems
Okay.
with just moving chairs.
All right. What is the forward group doing?
We will.
Supposed to get in.
We're supposed to get in the castle, right?
Yeah, we'll just kind of make our way around here, like we're inspecting the work.
I could dimension to all 3 of you.
Yeah, we don't know what's on the inside yet. Let's at least make our way over to here, and maybe we can see what's in the door.
Very well.
We could use those invisibilities and then dimension door.
Oh, we could just hang on to them for a while.
The Barnabas and myself get mentioned to a whole group.
You guys, the 5 of us have each. Cog gave each of you an invisibility.
Everybody's got an invisibility potion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Widget hands this back.
All right.
I'll take it.
All right, so I'm gonna put a box down. There's
No.
clearly something that was forged by not bullywugs or lizard man. It's a metal box. It's a bit rusty. There's a key in it, but it's open, and you can see some of the lizard folk have been dropping like offerings that are little more than
Trash.
well, bits of animal teeth, some snakes, scales. There are like a handful of rusty coins that are, or tarnished coins, kind of rolling around the bottom. If you move the chest, this is the spot where they told them to drop off the slake offering.
Perfect.
You do notice that there's a very big seat right around where Cog is standing, like a really big, wide, white wood kind of
That's
seat.
Special seat for big people we're not dealing
Oh, it'd be a perfect time to drop it like we're just going to cast exploding runes on
with.
this.
Right there.
All right, so I'll put down a big seat. This is probably where Farblex sits, and then the treasure pile is right behind him.
Oh,
Did you take it, or?
the treasure? No.
Yeah, okay. You did glance into the doorway, and this place is a dirty, dirty little barracks filled with bullywugs. So there's Farblek's seat, the treasure, and the entrance. You can
There's
see
a lot of fucking meat here, guys.
the bullywugs you can see every once in a while, two massive frogs that have little tethers on them. It's almost like they might be trained. They are lounging around, sitting. Some of them are eating. Some of them are actually sleeping. They look like very lazy creatures.
When are we doing this?
We're going to be waiting until 10 is right.
Yeah, we'll wait until Farblex leaves, basically. For dinner.
Okay, there is a like a chimney right around this spot here. Like somewhere in this tower, you can see this weird plume of smoke rise up from it.
What color?
It's like a whitish smoke.
Knowledge alchemy? What makes that kind of smoke?
Yeah.
Cog!
Yes.
I can make it too. But as well as you can.
That smoke, you say? Let's see. Wrong character. Here we go. 20 plus this.
That's
54.
You actually know the particular type of incense.
It's only an incense. Nothing. It's not even expensive.
Oh, we've been an incense there. They might be doing a religious ritual, which means let's just forward it. What about the roof? What can we see on the roof?
Okay. So there is.
I know you said there was the one kobold peeking out. But...
Yeah. So this area does have an upper floor,
Mhm.
along with this walkway. There are parts of the castle in the back that have third floors, like they go up high enough.
Okay. Second floor.
Oh, Akin, you said you can take 3 with you.
Yes.
I can get there on my own. Just tell me where you're going.
Okay. I guess you're not standing in front of the other.
No. The last thing we
Bogart?
need to do is
The
engage in conversation.
Boggards saw the dragon man, and one of them nudged the other one, and like a second eyelid opened, like he was fucking sleeping, standing up, and then they stand at attention with their spears.
We can roll for all you.
We just puffs up his little kobold chest and starts leading the way for agony. Just,
This way, sir.
He's not saying shit.
Okay, so you get to the 2 Boggards.
Just gonna wave his hand like they're in the way.
Will saves. Let me just quickly see the Boggard will save. I think it's low.
-1, maybe.
They have hit dice. They are, from your crazy rolls, they are naturally 3 hit dice creatures.
They're tough.
They kind of hop out of the way. This one starts poking at the frog. It reluctantly hops its fat ass kind of off to the side. The other one hops, and they hop again. This one's kind of herding the frogs off to the side.
The rest of us will follow in behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're all kind of they come grouping together like after there's some discussion, like quick command, and they just jostle together and they're watching. They're kind of waiting more than anything. Are you guys just walking
I
in?
think we're gonna walk in. Yeah, that's right. Here. We walk in and basically, we're just gonna basically lead them down a random hallway, like he knows where he's going.
Okay, so
He's acting like he's been here before, despite the fact that he hasn't.
all right. The Boggards are looking at you.
Okay.
A big group of them. There is a long hall off to the side.
Which layer was the kobold? Main layer, or was it upstairs?
It was main layer.
Okay, so then we're gonna head towards where the other kobold was.
Okay, there is light peeking through, like old battlements and that sort of thing. These halls are extremely dirty. At the base of the stairs, you can hear a lot of Boggards. Like more of they don't seem to be quiet and at attention like these ones are. Like they seem to be maybe lounging, reading, or
problematic amount of bugger.
Yep.
The croak is a sonic effect, you know?
Brennos knows more about it.
This is a Brennos thing. Sorry. He was just looking at his spell list going, silence might be really cool if it's not going crazy. Alright. Not something widget of the book. Alright.
Are you lingering here?
No.
Okay.
I'm a word.
I for whatever reason, my mouse is not behaving. I can't select everyone. I can only move one guy.
There, no.
So, we could take the lead.
Let him go.
Mark, chase. Mark, take the wheel.
Okay. One of them was about to say something to the other bogards, but you kept on going, and then they almost immediately go back to lounge mode. Like they kind of go back to their little areas and go and sit
I'm
down.
going slow in case we stop.
At this distance, anybody have a
Artifact cleared.
Okay, around the corner, you expect it to be dark, but it is light because it's a courtyard. And lingering in the courtyard are more bogards. And what it looks like, there's a group of lizard folk that looks like they're throwing meat into a pen. And actually, like, preparing meat and separating good meat from just scrap, and they're throwing it into a pen. You can hear the hissing sounds of more of the lizards. There is some clinking around this corner, and there's a billowing fume of a lot of incense that is spilling out of this room right here, almost obscuring the entrance to the room, and you can hear like chanting.
Oh, good, they worship
No, not Tyr, Tia.
Okay.
I was like, whoa.
It's draconic.
We understand.
Cog understands this.
Okay. They're saying of the scales of her rainbow, basically. We give praise unto the least of those heads, the white scales. Tia.
fucking asshole. What do you mean? Fucking mouse.
Show you least.
They then go through the same chant, and they say, of the next of the five, the black scales. Of the next of, no, it would be white, of the green scales. And, oh, I forget the order. Shit.
Who comes with, is it green? It's, I believe it's red, like red and then blue.
Red, blue, green,
Red, blue,
black.
green,
Yeah,
black, white.
yeah, okay, so of the next, in the order of scales is the green scales. Of the next, in the order of scales is the blue scale. The next order of the scales is the red. We give praise unto those who follow her, those wearers of purple. Tia. And then it goes on again. Now that you're close to this stuff, you realize that this boggart is actually like sniffing the incense in and might be getting high because of it. It's just rolling out of that room. By the simplicity of their prayer that they're giving, you get the sense that they're acolytes of some sort. But they're definitely menfolk. They're not wizards. The clinking around the corner, you can see some tools. It sounds like there's a makeshift smithy going. And this one boggard's just sitting by an incense burner near the door and just puffing, while the other ones are standing around in a circle, poking at some dead carcass. There are a few other entrances. You can see, like, back here, there are ways into the castle. It looks like through age and disrepair, doors have been removed, and they're just kind of like doorways. And then the sounds of sleeping boggards are very, very horrible, like the weird croaking and burbling, and there's just a whole big pod of them sleeping in this shadowy building. Pause for a moment. The boggards. No one comes to confront you. This is one of the towers, and that tower goes up 3 floors to the observatory.
We're just gonna look at Barnabas. Gonna like come up, come down. Okay, we're gonna look for the entrance to that. We're gonna see if we can't figure out how we're supposed to get in that tower.
Barnabas doesn't really want to get too deep into getting the treasure till he hears the screaming outside.
Oh, so we mill around.
Yeah.
You want to find a spot? We're just sort of wandering around.
Yep.
So let's go down on the right. Since I still have my mouse and
Your mouse is still not.
Oh, it's working.
Right.
It's working now, but it's missing.
Okay. You can see some lizard folk, a bunch of them, that look like they are sharpening sticks, like basically making javelins. The 2 near a forge in the back, when they see you walk in, actually quickly throw a leather apron over something else that they were working on the table, and then start pretending to do something else. While one lizard man approaches and bows deeply, they're up to something.
This probably the weapons they was making, probably trying to hide. Play it all like this, as they don't know who we are either.
How can we serve great dragon?
Says the lizard man in the front. His bluff check is 10.
Get out of the way.
That's sad.
Move back, he says.
We'll go.
They seem curious why you're approaching this area, and there's a much quieter tower with a bunch of sleeping lizard men in it. You can see rucksacks and personal effects, stairs that lead up into a tower. By the smell of it, unless all of you have life bubble.
No, wait, no, where those went.
Okay, so you guys have full fucking smells of this place. The smell of it, yeah, the lizard den has a slightly different smell than the rest of the castle. It's like this musky area. It's a bit cool.
Midget doesn't know what he's supposed to do. He's going to pee in the corner, and then we'll go somewhere else. It's my show of dominance.
You don't hear any noise from up the stairs.
Okay. We'll just show how rude we are. And then go another direction.
These are also stairs too, right? These things in the corner, so they're spiral stairs that lead up.
Yeah, but it seems like this is like it's going to be all lizard folky.
Yeah, they're clustered around the thing that they were working on. That they were kind of surprised you barged in here.
Yeah. Well, obviously, that's not the right place. Is there a path behind those lizard folk in the north?
Yep.
And is there a path to the west, or is that what is this?
Yeah, that's where all the smoke is coming out of. You can hear the people chanting.
Oh, that's where they're chanting.
Yep. You can actually see into it a little bit.
Yeah, let's.
And there is a makeshift chapel with a beautiful painting of the 5-headed Tiamat, and there are some men folk that are prostrating themselves on well-worn
Men?
Yep.
Yep.
Well-worn woven mats, and the place is full of heady incense, and they are praying to Tiamat.
They also high as fuck.
They are probably very high, as it looks like they're in some sort of ritual of like repetition.
Is there a lock on the door?
There's no door.
Oh, it's just open.
It's just open. You do see through the mist a little bit, and there is a stairwell that leads up. And maybe some other doorways. Yeah, this place has been in disrepair for a long period of time.
This is like not necessary. I kind of want to go to the other side of that, but that's high risk.
Yeah, let's go to some of the lower risk areas first.
Yeah, we'll
At the very least, let's try and find a spot where we can just kind of chill till the screaming starts, and then we really get to.
Okay. You wander into a hall where there are a number of winged kobolds and cultists. They are a couple of the winged kobolds are all chatting.
okay.
The cultists are there are some small tables and a bunch of stacked boxes that look like they're empty. You can see all sorts of tables with merchant scales on them and appraisal tools, this with many people could be like an assembly line of appraisal.
Okay, I think we're gonna scooch through and go up those stairs.
Okay. One of the cultists turns around and he immediately like bows.
The one who bows.
The other,
You, this way.
what language?
Draconic. He owns.
Okay, now I have to open up. What is that? What is that? We'll say it.
Maybe hill music might start pretty soon. So it's funny because yesterday Sonny had cloud kill prepared.
Today would have been so. Yes.
Today he didn't prepare, thinking it would be too cool.
24?
Yeah.
They are.
Can they do it?
Not with a 2. Yes, and he's looking at Agony, but he listens to the black-scaled kobold.
Okay.
I am your humble servant. To Dragonclaw I bow. To the wearer in purple.
And he just flops to the ground in his heavy robes, and his head down. You actually hear his head knock against the planked floor.
Just go straight forward.
Barnabas will just kick him like, get up.
He dare you touch me.
He says to the bullywug, and then he looks up at Agony and puts his head down again.
Barnabas
It's auditory as well, right?
Okay.
Okay.
They also smell like tactile.
Forgive me. I did not mean to speak out of turn.
He does not like the bullywugs. There's some tension here.
This way. We're gonna go up the stairs.
Okay. He collects himself off the ground. He shoots Barnabas a dirty look.
Barnabas
Okay. And he follows you dutifully up the stairs, the spiral staircase.
Hopefully there's something to place fire. Yeah. It's like, oh, sorry, the bedchamber. Oh.
To find the spiral staircase. Okay, it leads you to a very small room.
Perfect. This is exactly. Assuming it's an empty room.
So you guys go piling up into a room here.
Does it have a door or anything?
I have to read. I think this is just pantry. P. Can you turn on the lights and the dimmer? Yeah, because I here's getting
Things got dark real quickly.
Yeah.
Wait, why did it get so dark so quick?
Is the sun went down?
Yeah, I didn't realize it though.
Nice. And then dimmer all the way down? Yeah.
Nice bookshelf.
Yeah, it's the collection. The D&D collection.
It's the collection.
Yeah. Back, but I'm assuming Barnabas can handle the.
Yeah, maybe
Getting
if we want to take a quick bio break here, this would be a good point because I do have to take one as well, and I might nip a piece of pizza.